Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality, comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas broker.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Tune in to Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply, who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with the salesman today.
Star Realty and Ranch Keller Williams invites you to join them as they cheer on our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes. Star Realty and Ranch are your premier real estate experts, and they're here to provide you with all the resources and information you need to buy or sell real estate. They work with buyers and sellers in the area and have had extensive training in order to provide you with top-of-the-line service. Call to find out more at 830-261-1970 or visit uvalderealty.com. Family owned and operated, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home was founded founded on one simple principle: service. With an all-new state-of-the-art facility, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home provides service at the highest level. Discover why Hillcrest is the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the Uvalde community. Call anytime at 830-333-3096 or find us on site at 424 Geraldine Street. Honor and celebrate life in a setting fit for remembering legends. Learn more at hillcrestmemorialfuneralhome.com. Welcome to the Texas Farm Store Coyote Pack Broadcast pregame show. Texas Farm Store, locally owned and operated for over 50 years. And now, your hosts, Simon and Al Ortiz, on your official home for Uvalde Coyotes football, UvaldeRadio.net.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? The time is here. Uvalde Coyotes football is right around the corner, 30 minutes away. We're broadcasting live from Carrizo Springs, Texas, here at the Carrizo Springs Stadium. And to my right, is my color commentator, Simon Ortiz, number 67 himself, class of 1976, former Coyote left guard. I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play announcer for the entire Coyote 2022 season, only on UvaldeRadio.net. Welcome to everyone in Uvalde, people listening across the state, across the country, possibly the world. We are happy to be here, and we're excited for some Coyote football. How about you, Pops?
Yes, sir. Hi, Uvalde. This is Simon Ortiz, and I'm here to help out Al. Well, actually, I'm here to say that the pack is back, baby. They are back. It is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sight to see these Coyotes getting ready to play. It's going to be an awesome game. It's going to be a real tight game, actually. It's going to be a good game between two evenly matched teams, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
So you're already throwing in your Tony Romo predictions. You're saying that this is going to be a tight game. We'll get into that in more detail later. But okay, so you're Tony Romo, ladies and gentlemen. All right, sounds good. Hey, we might be related to him. I hear he's from his family's from the same part of, Mexico that our family is from. But in any case, yes, I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful sight to see pristine AstroTurf here in Carrizo Springs. You have the bands on both sides in the purple and the maroon and white. Here, like the atmosphere is just palpable. And of course, I think we need something like this right now. This Uvalde community needs something like this right now because it brings something that we can rally around together. And of course, you all know what happened on May 24th, and it's just I'm just happy to be here with my city, my community. There's so many people out here that have umbrellas and cheering on their students, and it's just an amazing time right now.
Well, I tell you, the game of football is something that brings the whole community together. I think we need something like this. Uvalde needs something positive to happen, and this is one of those things that is happening. And I'll tell you what, I am so impressed with the Carrizo Springs community. Also, they are wearing maroon.
You look across the field. We are in the visitors' press box, and you look across the field, and yes, there's purple on the field. Yes, there's purple in the stands as far as banners go, but you look at the people actually sitting in the stands on the home side of the stadium, and they're all wearing maroon Uvalde Strong shirts. And if that's not a sense of South Texas community, I don't know what is.
Well, you know what? Football's doing it, and it's beautiful to see it. It's beautiful to see people supporting us, supporting Uvalde, supporting the whole community, and it's a healing process. And I'm so grateful to God that He has done this for us.
Absolutely. And it's obviously this has been a cornerstone for the community for years. This is a Uvalde tradition. Uvalde Strong isn't just a saying. Uvalde Strong has been a mantra, whether we've said it before frequently or not. This is a mantra that the town, this tight-knit community, this amazing community that bands together in tough times. It's just I'm at a loss for words. But we're going to turn it to some football now, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about a little about what is going to what we want this. Oh, Pops with the call. Okay, now. Oh, faux pas, live on air.
No.
Gotta silence that phone. Well, in any case, though, I'm going to turn to some football here. We're going to talk about a little bit about what we want this broadcast to be for the town of Uvalde, for the people who don't live in Uvalde, who live somewhere else across the state or country, who can listen anywhere in the world on UvaldeRadio.net. Phone, tablet, computer. No matter where you are, you can listen to us every Friday calling live the Uvalde Coyotes football team. So, Pops, tell a little bit about yourself, your background. We mentioned that you were the left guard for the Uvalde Coyotes, but tell us a little bit about that and what you want the people to expect every Friday.
Here's what I want them to expect right now. I want them to hear the band.
Yeah, that band is coming across.
Yes, yes. It's Friday night football. It is Friday night football, and it's football, but it's a community activity. The band, the cheerleaders, they put a lot of work in too. They put a lot of work in for this entertainment that we have, this event that we have all through Texas, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I can't wait for just to get started for the game. I can't wait for. The energy that we want to bring to this broadcast. We want you guys to be here with us in the booth. We want you to be here with us in the stadium. We want you to get up and scream whenever we're announcing a Coyotes touchdown, a Coyotes interception. We want you to be excited when we're excited when the Coyotes win. Those are my expectations. What about you?
Definitely. And let's go back to football. You're getting too excited.
No.
Just getting too excited.
No. Talk about what you want the people to hear in this broadcast. We're going to get to football in a second, but people don't know us. People don't know this broadcast, the Coyote Pack broadcast.
Yes.
Introduce you. Let the people get to know you, Pops.
I am Simon Ortiz. I am Uvalde raised. Year 1976 is when I graduated. I played football in 1974 and 75 with the Uvalde Coyote varsity. I did not play my senior year because I graduated a year early. I wanted to get on with my education, so I went to Angelo State University, and then I decided that I wanted to graduate early from there too, so I graduated in 79 from Angelo State University, and went off, did my career, and this past January I retired, and in March I moved back to Uvalde.
Awesome. I love it. All right, well, we are going to get to football. We are going to make sure that we talk about what we expect tonight, specifically against the Carrizo Springs Wildcats in the inaugural season opener for the Uvalde Coyotes. But first, let's get to a weather report. It's 88 degrees currently right now in Carrizo Springs, and by the time kickoff comes around, it's going to be in the mid-80s, and it's going to stay like that pretty much all game long. Of course, the sun is going to go down. It's not going to be blaring on us here a little, and I see a little bit of cloud cover, only 15% chance of precipitation. So not a lot of effect on the game in terms of precipitation, but there's a lot of heat coming down on that field, especially reflecting up from that Astro.
There is a lot of heat, and there's some humidity, and it reminds me what our freshman football coach, Coach Patton, used to tell us, fellas, this is where the men get separated from the boys.
A lot of pickle juice, a lot of electrolytes, hydrate, all that good stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, so before we move on, I do want to mention that, yes, we are absolutely honored to be your voices of Coyote football this season. Not only because we are saluting the legacy of previous broadcasters before us, but also because of what Coyote football means to Uvalde, a town of 16,000 strong, and one still trying to find ways to cope with the recent events on May 24th. This season is special and means more to Uvalde, as we know the Coyotes have reserved number 21 for a senior leader, specifically for senior linebacker Justin Rendon, as an ode to the 21 angels that are now watching over us today. Uvalde Strong, like I said, isn't just a saying, it's a mentality. It's our rallying cry for a healing community, and we're humbled to be a part of Coyotes football. Speaking of legacy, after this commercial break, we're going to have a Super Bowl champion coming at you. We're going to be interviewing a Super Bowl champion. You played with this guy.
Yes, he was our quarterback, Mr. Van McElroy.
Van McElroy coming up right after this break. Stick with us. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde, provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory, a amongst the ambience and artwork. We'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texas Farm Store backs up pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
It's the inaugural Lantana Realty Loyal and True Legacy segment, ladies and gentlemen, and we are thrilled, in understatement, to be joined by a former and legendary Coyotes quarterback, class of 78, a highly decorated athlete who went on to play for the Baylor Bears, was drafted by the Los Angeles Raiders in the 1982 NFL Draft, playing 10 years in the league at the safety position, nabbing 31 interceptions, 2 Pro Bowl selections, 4 All-Pro selections, and a Super Bowl ring, more specifically, Super Bowl 18 in 1983 with the aforementioned Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome Van McElroy. Mr. McElroy, thank you so much for taking the time out.
I just want to thank these two guys, and played with one of them, and he was one of those special people, was an offensive lineman, and offensive linemen never get the credit. They should. But I'm just grateful you two guys, obviously you're here, but what you're doing. And I think it's very important for this community to have someone communicating to those who aren't able to be there just what's going on, because this sport is such a big deal in this community.
Mr. McElroy, how excited are you about Coyotes football being back? And how important do you think this season is, specifically this season, to this community, given everything Uvalde has been through?
It means a lot, really, to any small town and that you go to, and specifically here, because we've had a lot of success in the past. I think that when you look at the community and what it's been through, we are really needing something that we can focus on that can bring everybody together, and something that we can maybe at least begin to realize that there can be some community here and there can be things that we can get excited about. It certainly does not take away just a tragedy that has happened here. That will live on forever. But I think we also need to make sure that we're living our lives and making sure that the young people here, that we know we love them. We're excited about everything they do, and specifically in this case, football. And football is special. And what's interesting, and what I've always noticed, whether it was high school, college, the NFL level, all the players on that field do not look alike. They do not talk alike. They do not do the same thing. But for one moment in time, you have people that have to come together for a common cause, and that is special.
Speaking of the left guard that you played with, I'm going to pass it over to him. I think he has a couple of questions. Pops, you want to take it away?
Well, first of all, Van, it's been what, 40-some-odd, 50 years that okay, I'm not going to say it. All right, okay, very good. But it is a pleasure. It's a true pleasure to see you again, to be in this community with you again. It just brings joy that football put us together, taught us quite a bit of life lessons that have served us all through our lives. And in light of the tragedy of May 24th, our community is very fortunate and grateful that you were able to secure that generous donation from Mark Davis and the Las Vegas Raiders, excuse me. Now, Los Angeles, that's when you were there. For the listeners, we might not be aware. Could you briefly describe how that $1 million donation came about?
There was no question that this community was in need and still is in need. And hopefully, and I think all the monies that are being put together are going to a very good use. I think if you go around and look at the schools, you'll see some things that are popping up that are very visual. And I think will give a sense to the parents that there are things being done to make the schools safer as we go forward. As far as Mark, I when this happened early on, I began to think of him. We've been good friends for a long time. I mean, he was a young man when I was playing for his dad, the owner. And he was at every practice. Matter of fact, he and Cliff Branch were probably the two best of friends. And Gail and I were very fortunate. They asked us to come back and be a part of Cliff Branch's inauguration into the Hall of Fame. And that was just, even though he is no longer living, it was just a special moment. And I know it was very special for Mark because I was one of his best friends. But knowing him so well, understanding Raider Nation and just how they function and really how close all the players are still to this day, I had a feeling Mark would want to be a part of this. And so I just called him. I went out on my back porch. I sat there, man. You have to put yourself in the place of a parent, a grandparent, of just how devastating it had to be. And the only answer I could think of is that, well, you cannot bring them back, but at least we've got to do something for the future so we will know that nothing was done, that their lives did not go answered. And so he answers his cell phone. There was no, second ring. Van, what are you doing? And I said, Mark, we just we talked a little bit about different things and what have you, just some special times and the Raiders a little bit. But then I went forward and I said, Mark, there's a special situation here in Uvalde where I'm at. And we talked about it and what have you. And I went through what it was we wanted to accomplish. We needed a certain amount of money to go and secure these schools. That was the goal in this particular situation. And so we talked, and towards the end, he said, so, Van, what's this going to cost? And he said, well, or what I told him, I said, it looks like it'll be around $1 million. What was interesting, there was no hesitation. He said, I'm in.
I think Uvalde will be eternally grateful to Mark, because not only did he step up and help, but it caused a domino effect of other professional sports and other professional teams to come up and help out too. So because of his actions, the blessings multiplied for us.
And I think that is such a great point of what you just said right there. That part, what you said, is so true, and thank you for saying that, because it's exactly what took place. As soon as he stepped up, and believe me, it's directly for something specific. Yes. These other places started stepping up and bumping in. So thank you for saying that. That's awesome.
Thank you, Van. Now let's talk a little bit about what we have here. The reason that Al and I are doing this, of course, football brings the community together. We are doing it because we feel like broadcasting the games is going to help to bring people together. And to me, football was a life lesson. Van, we all know how less than 1% of high school athletes make it to professional sports. Nonetheless, we also know the valuable lessons and principles we learn by playing high school sports. What advice would you give that young 5th, 6th, 7th grader and their parents who are trying to decide if they want their son to participate in sports and in football?
What football does, and I think what sports do for young people. I was sitting, went to a game. It's been 3 or 4 years now, and I was just sitting there, and there were a couple of kids I knew, and I leaned up and I told one of the parents how proud I was of their son. And the mom turned around and said, Van, why did you say that? Our son's not playing. And I said, you do not know how hard it is to stand on the sideline and not play.
Yes.
That young man works hard every day at practice. He encourages people every day. He's standing on the sideline. He's waiting. To me, that guy is one of the most important young men on this team. Just being part of a team will make you greater and better. It just will. Exactly. No matter the circumstances. To me, from a football perspective, when I'm talking to young people and just encouraging parents, I don't care what the sport is, make sure your daughter or your son is in a sport. The lessons it will teach them about life are so incredible.
Yeah. All right, so you've worn the silver and black of the Raiders, green and gold of the Baylor Bears. What did it mean to you to put on that maroon and white Coyotes uniform? Essentially, what does it mean to be
from Uvalde to play in that Honey Bowl and have all of those memories?
Well, I kind of figured when I left Uvalde that every high school was that way, really, and it's just not. It was pretty cool growing up, and for me, I've been very blessed, guys. I was fortunate enough to play in and be part of a state championship team, baseball team in high school. Was a member of a championship team, Southwest Conference championship team at Baylor in college, and a captain of that team, and then I was also a member of a Super Bowl championship team and a captain of that team. So, man, I've just been blessed with just being around great people, good guys, and great coaches, and all those things sort of still live within me and what have you. And I think it started here. We literally, in our neighborhoods, I mean, you had every Sunday afternoon you got together and played football games. I mean, you just did. But back then, we just didn't have a lot to do. So we would go out and we might play plastic baseball game during, baseball season. But it was just kids getting it. And so all of that was getting you ready to play for the Coyotes.
Right.
And then you have a team like 1972, when you look at that roster, was so full of just talent and good guys and size and speed and all those things. And that just added on to what was already going on at this great community, was just the idea of wanting and desiring to be a Coyote. I mean, back in those days, that's just what you wanted to be when you were a kid, is the relationships that you have in sports, and the parents need to understand that, live forever.
Thank you, Mr. McElroy. And, if that doesn't get you pumped up for some Uvalde Coyotes football, I don't know what will. But be that as it may, again, we want to thank Mr. Van McElroy, former UHS class of 78 and legendary quarterback for the Uvalde Coyotes. Stick with us, everyone. We're going to talk a little bit about the Carrizo Springs Wildcats coming up in just a second. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. You are listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net. We'll be right back.
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas broker.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality, comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Welcome back to the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net. I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play announcer for your Coyotes 2022 season. On my right is my dad, Simon Pops Ortiz, my color commentator.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I think say hello to everyone, Pops. Yeah.
Yes.
So the reason why I'm kind of rushing here is because the Coyotes look like they're ready to come out onto the field, and I don't want us to miss that for sure.
No.
But before that happens, talk a little bit about Carrizo Springs. What can you expect from them? What can you expect from the Coyotes? Tell us, you've been studying them all week long. What do you expect to see on the field overall?
Well, I see a Carrizo Springs team that last year went 10-0. They lost their only playoff game. They were undefeated during the season, and I think they're going to be just as good this year. They only have 2 starters coming back, but their coach is getting them ready. Now, it's going to be a close game, but I think the Coyotes are going to be ready too. They're going to remember that 30-0, and they're going to be ready to return the favor in Carrizo's own stadium.
Yep. And if you're just joining us, this is the Coyote Pack broadcast. We are broadcasting live out of Carrizo Springs, Texas for the Coyotes season opener in Carrizo Springs, Texas at 7 o'clock at the top of the hour. So, Pops, you said that there were 2 starters that were coming back. They had 13 lettermen that they lost. 6 lettermen coming back, 2 starters on offense actually coming back. But one was a really good quarterback that is the starting quarterback for the Wildcats here. Talk a little bit about him and what did you see when you studied him?
Evan Castellanos. He is number 1, jersey number 1. He's a junior. He's coming back. He is fast. He will run, and this is one of the keys for the game. We're going to have to contain. We're going to have to contain on the sides. We had problems with those in the scrimmage. The ends are going to have to keep their reads and stay honest and make sure that they contain and pull him into the middle of the field.
And as the Wildcats take and storm the field out of their Wildcat tunnel, actually, Pops, you talked about keeping contained. The defensive ends, the starters from that we got from Coach Miller, are defensive end John Eliznado and Caden Smith. And as I'm talking, here come the Coyotes, baby. The Coyotes are coming and taking the field, going through that cheerleader tunnel, and they're waving flags. One says Uvalde Strong, one says #RepTheU, an American flag. It's just an amazing sight to see, especially that Uvalde Strong flag, as we talked about it, what our community has been through. That was a beautiful sight. Here come the Coyotes indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, how did you feel when you saw that? When you saw them just taking that field like that?
I wanted to look for my helmet. I wanted to go out there and be with them. I'm like, my God, it's football. It's Friday. It's the first game. It is Uvalde Coyote football.
Yeah, absolutely. Pops, you were talking about contain. I did mention that the 2 defensive end starters, according to Coach Wade Miller, are Caden Smith and John Eliznado. Now, they have to keep contained. And that was something that we noticed during the scrimmages, that whenever there was a misdirection play, and there was a quarterback kind of keeper and naked bootleg, there was some room to run for that quarterback. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the defense, each man has a responsibility. They have a key. They need to make sure that they read their keys and they keep their assignments. When they lose containment, that is when they have those big runs down the middle, down the side of the field.
Absolutely. Right now, the presenting of the colors is happening, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Tune in to Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply, who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with the salesman today.
Welcome back to the Coyote Pack broadcast. I'm Al Ortiz, broadcasting live out of Carrizo Springs, Texas, and as always with me, my color commentator, Simon Pops Ortiz. Pops, before we went on commercial break, we did talk a little bit about Carrizo Springs and what we need to do to stop them. What do they need to do to stop us? The Coyotes are on the field. We're a pretty strong team. What do we got?
The keys of the game is the reads that our quarterback Brody makes. He is an RPO quarterback. If he sees the linebackers biting on that dive, he can take it outside and either take it or throw a to the wide out. So that is the biggest key right there. The reads of the quarterback.
Right, and we do have the wide receivers, Jared Hernandez, number 0, and Daniel Bettis, number 81, and then that slot receiver, Jonathan Jimenez, number 1. Okay, that's the one key to the game. What's the second key, Pops?
The second key is going to be our kicking game, the third phase of the football game. We need to be able to win that battle. The special teams is going to be very, very important, especially at the start of the game. We have to make sure that if we get the ball, we get good field position, and if we kick off, we keep them deep.
Yeah, and the third key, last and final key, third
defense.
And final.
We already talked about it extensively. Yeah. It is going to be the defensive line to dominate and the defensive ends to keep the containment.
Well, there you have it, the 3 keys to the game: kicking, containment, and, of course, as always, Brody Carnes, the quarterback. So right now, what we're seeing on the field, we have the Uvalde Coyotes captains coming out to the 50-yard line, and the Carrizo Springs Wildcats coming out to the 50-yard line as well for the coin toss. So while that happens, we're going to take one more commercial break. That's the end of our preseason game, our Texas Farm Store preseason game. We'll be right back at you for the call, ladies and gentlemen, the first game of the Coyotes 2022 season. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Star Realty and Ranch Keller Williams invites you to join them as they cheer on our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes. Star Realty and Ranch are your premier real estate experts, and they're here to provide you with all the resources and information you need to buy or sell real estate. They work with buyers and sellers in the area and have had extensive training in order to provide you with top-of-the-line service. Call to find out more at 830-261-1970 or visit UvaldeRealty.com. Family owned and operated, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home was founded on one simple principle: service. With an all-new state-of-the-art facility, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home provides service at the highest level. Discover why Hillcrest is the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the Uvalde community. Call anytime at 830-333-3096 or find us on site at 424 Geraldine Street. Honor and celebrate life in a setting fit for remembering legends. Learn more at HillcrestMemorialFuneralHome.com.
Texas Farm Store backs up pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need: feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713, and find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
It's time for Coyotes football, presented by Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, Keller Williams, Uvalde Memorial Hospital, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home, Skyway Entertainment, Texan Bank, Lantana Realty, Medina Electric Cooperative, Uvalco Supply, Power Sports and Equipment, the Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, and First State Bank of Uvalde. And now, your hosts, play-by-play announcer Al Ortiz and color commentator Simon Ortiz. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast with Simon and Al Ortiz on your official home for Uvalde Coyotes football, UvaldeRadio.net.
Guys, it is excitement all around here in Carrizo Springs, Texas. The Carrizo Springs Wildcats are already lined up for the kickoff, and here they go. The 2022 Uvalde Coyotes season is underway. The short kick is over to the far side of the field. Looks like the bobble happened at the second line of the kickoff for a kick return formation for the Uvalde Coyotes, but the Uvalde Coyotes did recover. There was a swarm right there.
On the 36-yard line, it's one of the keys. We got the ball at an excellent field position.
Yeah, that would not have been a good way to start the game, especially with that bobble there. I mean, it looked like a 50-50 ball there. So, but yeah, the Coyotes are going to receive. The Coyotes are going to start on offense on their own 36-yard line. Just the start of the first quarter, all tied up. First down and 10 to go. Again, at the Coyotes' 37-yard line. Brody Carnes in shotgun formation with 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side of the field. Looks like he's checking out the defense, making mental adjustments, takes the snap, rolls out to the near side of the field, pitches it over to his running back, number 22, and gets about maybe about a yard, and that was number 22, Jaden Gonzalez, the senior running back.
There was the left end that shot the gap, and he messed up the timing just a little bit more, and that would have been a long play.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2nd and 8, actually. So maybe the Coyotes will hone in on that. What do you expect them to do here?
It's another RPO. They're going to go to the far side of the field. Well,
let's see what happens here. Snap is off. Carnes with an end around over to number 1. That is Jared Hernandez, but he loses yards on the play. Maybe about, I would say, Pops, that's about a 5-yard loss, 6-yard loss.
It's a 6-yard loss. Yep. It's going to be a 3rd and 15 now.
Yep.
Again, the ends for Carrizo are keeping containment, and that time the end on the far side was able to. He was there, right place at the right time.
Yep, absolutely. So 3rd and long, Pops. What do you do here? 3rd and 15. Honestly, it's 3rd and 16.
It has to be a timing play. It has to be to this side of the field. To our side of the field, and it has to be an out to one of the wide receivers.
Man in motion, snap is off, 2-step drop back, throws it over to the 35-yard line, does Carnes, but misses number 10, Damian Rivera. So it's going to be a 4th and 15 with 10:34 left in the first quarter.
It was a timing play, Al, but it was just covered. They knew that it was 15 yards. They stayed behind the marker. So it's 4th and 15.
It was a little bit of a dangerous play too. I mean, that was a tipped pass by the defensive back who was covering Damian Rivera.
Yes, it was tipped. Again, it was a timing play, and it was fortunate that he wasn't able to haul it in.
Yeah. Punt formation for the Coyotes on a 4th and 15. Snap is off. Punt is underway. Carrizo Springs Wildcats back to receive at their own 35. Punt returner gets over to the 49-yard line. Not a substantial, but a pretty solid return, almost into Coyote territory there. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 49-yard line.
Awesome tackle by number 47, Al. He just stopped him cold at the 49.
That would be Taylor Massey, the junior tight end here. So, actually, I said 49-yard line. It's a bit inches away from the 50-yard line here. 10:24 left to go in the first quarter. 1st down and 10 for the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. Do you see them going misdirection like we talked about in the pregame here?
They're going to go RPO. We need our ends to contain. We need the defensive backs to play aggressively coming in.
All right, Evan Castellanos is the quarterback for the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. He comes into the huddle with the call, and they're breaking the huddle, heading up to the line of scrimmage again at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10:24 left in the first quarter. Castellanos in shotgun formation has an H-back in the backfield along with the running back. Sends a man in motion, but before he gets the snap off, it's a false start.
It's a false start. I think it was the whole line that false started.
Yep, and it is indeed a false start. Referee confirms it. That's going to put them back at their own 45-yard line for a 1st and 15. Pretty good start for the Coyotes defense here. I mean, I haven't run a play or anything like that, but I mean, I have a feeling that they prepped for certain players on this defense.
I think they did too. It's gonna show in this play right here.
Yeah. All right, so the Wildcats head up to the 45-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near side of the field. Sends a man in motion to Castellanos, but the man goes back to that side of the field. Handoff up the middle to his running back, number 6, Christian Ains. Gosh, but he was stuffed up the middle. Gosh, I mean, he was stuffed up the middle, driven back, but...
By number 8.
Yeah, by number 8. Yep, and actually, number 8, Chris Rodriguez, it's going to be a gain of 1 technically, but, he was just stuffed by a wall of Coyotes there.
Again, they were reading the offense, and they all played their responsibilities.
Very disciplined football for the Coyotes. An H-back again in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Castellanos takes the snap for the Wildcats, throws a bubble screen over to his wide receiver. Wide receiver makes it to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats there.
Yes, 3rd and 10. There was a loose ball, but he had hit the ground before the ball came loose.
Yeah, so the referees did blow the whistle. It's not quite at the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 11 for the Wildcats. It is 9:28 left to go in the first quarter, all knotted up at 0 because no one has scored yet. It's an infancy of the first game. Pops, what do you think the Wildcats are going to do here on 3rd and long?
It's going to be an RPO, and they're going to try to throw, again, a timing play because it's 11 yards that they have to make.
All right, here we go. It looks like 2 wide receivers over to the far end of the field, 2 to the near end. Snap is off. Rolling over to the far side of the field is Castellanos. Throws over the cross of his back and had a man wide open at the Coyotes 30, but missed him just a little bit. I think that was affected by him throwing across his shoulder.
Well, he was running out of real estate. He was going to hit the sideline, and he had to twist and turn. It affected his accuracy. They were covered, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is a 3-and-out for the Coyotes and a 3-and-out for the Wildcats to start this game. Both teams have had one possession. 8:59 left in the first quarter. 4th down and 10 for the Wildcats. They are doing the smart thing here, obviously punting. 2 Coyotes in the back to return the kick. Number 10, Damian Rivera, and number 23, Alberto de la Garza. Punt is off. Coyotes almost got a hand on that, but the kick Peters out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be Peters out of bounds at the 8-yard line of the Coyotes. Direction punt right there, Pops.
It's at the 16-yard line, Al.
Oh, gosh. My gosh. I need to get glasses over here. The sun is actually kind of in my face, which you did.
Yes,
you
yes,
did.
It's the sun, Al.
Yeah,
it's the sun.
It's the sun. All right. Well, yeah, he is my dad, by the way, in case y'all didn't catch that in the pregame. So he's going to be giving me a hard time anyways, but I get 99% of them right. All right. So the Coyotes are lined up again at the line of scrimmage. It's 1st and 10 at the Coyotes 16-yard line, like Pop said. One running back over to Brody Carnes' right side. Snap is off, but it is a botched snap. Brody Carnes falls on the ball. Looks like it's going to be a 5-yard loss there.
Heads-up play by the quarterback, by Brody. He knew that he couldn't pick it up and run, so he just fell on the ball.
Swarm of Wildcats coming over to Brody, so Brody did do the right thing, like you said. All right, Pops, so it is now 2nd and long, and the Coyotes are backed up against their own end zone here. What do you expect?
I expect them to pass the ball.
And that's exactly what they do. Brody Carnes feeling a little bit of pressure, rolls over to the left side of the field, finds some running room, slides out of bounds over to about the 17-yard line. It looks like it was a late hit because the referee threw that yellow flag up in the air with some force.
Yes, he was out of bounds, and the young man went for his ankles a little too late.
Yeah, a little too late there. So that might give the Coyotes a 1st down here if the call holds up, and it's what we think it is. Yep, and actually that is what the call is. So it's going to be a First State Bank 1st down, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Money in the bank. First State Bank.
Money in the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to First State Bank for your sponsorship. We appreciate you here on the Coyote Pack broadcast. 8:20 left in the first quarter. All knotted up at 0. Coyotes have their 2nd possession. It is a 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. And Brody Carnes is going to be having his 2 wide receivers over to the far end of the field, 1 running back over to his right side. I can't see the number quite yet, but the snap is off nonetheless. Hands off to number 22 for the Coyotes, Jaden Gonzalez. Jaden Gonzalez, pushes forward for a to the 41-yard line for a 6-yard gain there.
That was 6-yard, 7-yard, 8-yard gain.
Oh, 8-yard gain.
8-yard
right
gain. It's positive yards. Yep. I think the Coyotes are starting to get their rhythm. I think the first game jitters are starting to go away.
2nd and 10, 2nd and 2 for the Coyotes. Snap is off. Handoff again to number 22, Jaden Gonzalez. Not much running room there, but he does manage to get a yard, so it'll be a 3rd and short for the Coyotes.
31. Yes, 31. This 1st down is crucial. If they get the 1st down, they are going to get continuity. They're going to get in a rhythm. It's going to be crucial that they get this.
Abraham Ale comes into the game, substituting for Jaden Gonzalez, and they switch the quarterback as well. Number 8, Chris Rodriguez, the big man coming in for Brody Carnes. One might think that they're just going to kind of run up the middle, whether it be Rodriguez or Abraham Ale.
Well, they changed they switched the quarterbacks. And now, illegal substitution, it's a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, gosh. Yep, then that is correct. The Coyotes are going to move the ball back, so it's going to be a third down for the Coyotes. Instead of a 3rd and 1, they get a third down, and it looks like 7 here. It's going to be 7, 3rd down and 7.
Yes.
The Coyotes are going to be in shotgun formation, still with Rodriguez here at the quarterback position. Takes the snap, runs up the middle like we thought, but doesn't get what he needs for the first down. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 4th and 7 for the Coyotes here.
Unfortunately, the illegal substitution pushed him back, and the play that they had called was for a 3rd and 1, and it was designed for the wrong down and distance. No first down.
Yep, 6:33 left to go in the first quarter. 4th and 7 for the Coyotes in punt formation here. 1-2 while Coyotes back to receive the punt at their own 35-yard line. Another flag on the field. Don't know what it is. It looks like there's too many men on the field for the Coyotes. I see the referee counting the number of players on the field. What do you think, Pops?
Yes, I think it is. There was one too many. The young man is running off the field right now. Again, it's the first game. They are jitters, trying to get things straight. They are going to get it straight.
Yep, and it looks like the Coyotes were a little bit eager to get that punt off. The flag has not yet been picked up, so the referee stops them here. So it looks like the Wildcats are going to have 2 men back to receive the punt at the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. Coyotes are kicking from their own 33-yard line. The snap is off. Punter gets the ball away, and that is number 8, Chris Rodriguez again. The ball sails, and takes a Coyote bounce over to the 20-yard line to the 15. The Wildcats pick it up, try to run it back to kind of recoup some of those yards, and make it over to the 27-yard line. And there's another flag on the play.
Yes. It's the first game, Al. There are going to be flags. Kids aren't used to playing live. It's just a learning curve that they're going through at this point.
Yep. All right. Looks like we're going to change a little bit here. We'll tell you what the flag is in just a second, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality, comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas Broker.
Welcome to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats after a holding penalty on that punt return. Handoff up the middle by Castellanos to his running back. Only about maybe about a 3-yard gain. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats here.
The interior line of the Coyotes are doing a fantastic job. They are really stout.
Yeah, those running plays up the middle haven't been successful yet for the Wildcats, have they?
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
And those linebackers are staying home. They're reading their keys, and they're coming in and making the tackle.
All right, looks like the Wildcats are going to break their huddle. They head up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers over to each side of the field. Snap is off under center. 2-step drop back pressure. Feeling it from Castellanos. Interception by the Coyotes. Interception by the Coyotes. That is I cannot see it because they're all circling him in celebration. Number 23, Alberto de la Garza, sophomore defensive back. My goodness. And that was team defense because there was pressure.
The pressure, and they hit the quarterback just as he was releasing it, so it fluttered, and it was short, and number 23 was there to get it.
Let's call that a First Aid Bank first down for the Coyotes, because that was well earned by the defense.
Yes.
All right, Pop. So what do the Coyotes need to do here? They have the ball at their own at the Wildcats' 41-yard line. This is the closest they've been to the end zone in the 5 minutes in the game. What do they need to do? They
need to run the ball down the middle. They have been successful doing that, and if they run it 2-3 times and then do an in sweep, they'll be in the end zone.
trips right for the Coyotes. Snap is off. Pitch over to the running back. Oh, it's a flea flicker. Carnes throws it over the middle of the field to a wide open receiver. Oh, but underthrows him. Almost an interception by the Wildcats. He had a man wide open. In fact, that was, it looks like number 10 was wide open for the Coyotes, Damian Rivera. Close.
It was underthrown, and he almost caught it because it came off of the Carrizo, the defender, and then he almost caught it.
Yeah, and it was a pretty slick play there. It looked like it was going to be an end around, and then the man in motion tossed it to Carnes, and Carnes had a man open. But yeah, Coyotes definitely get a stroke of luck there that the Wildcats defensive back dropped the ball. Pops, okay, how do you recover from that?
Run the ball. They're on the 36-yard line. They need to get a little bit closer so they can have an option when they have third down if they get third down.
Twins right for the Coyotes. Snap is off. Brody throws over to the near side of the field to Jarrett Hernandez. It was wide receiver for about maybe a 6-yard gain. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 for the Coyotes.
Well, that wasn't a Romo call, was it?
Well, it wasn't, but it was effective. Now they have a 3rd and manageable, right?
That's right.
All right. What would you do here, Romo?
RPO to the far side of the field, and then throw it to the flat.
4:39 left to go in the first quarter. No score. All tied up at 0. 3rd and 3 for the Coyotes, it looks like. Actually, no, 3rd and 5 for the Coyotes. So there's going to be a shotgun formation. Twins over to the left side. Snap is off. Brody fakes the handoff, throws it over to the middle to Jarrett Hernandez, who makes the catch for the first down at the Coyotes, at the Wildcats. Oh, gosh, 7-yard line. Amazing.
Beautiful play. It was accurate. He was covered. He had a man all over him, but he concentrated and he kept the ball.
The football gods giveth, they taketh away. There is some laundry on the field. And it looks like it's going to be a holding on the Coyotes. So that turns a first down at the Wildcats 7. First and goal into about a 3rd and...
I'm sorry, Al. It's illegal man downfield. So okay. I think it's going to be a 5-yard.
Only a 5-yard. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Coyotes. They were facing a 3rd and 3. Apologies. Now they're facing a 3rd and 8. Would have been a 1st and 10 and 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. However, an illegal man downfield, shotgun formation, Twins right for the Coyotes. Brody Carnes scans the defense with 3 linebackers. It looks like there was offsides. Might have a free play, but they blow the whistle dead. They might call this a false start.
It looked very... The young man came across from the Carrizo, and I think he made contact, so it might be against them.
Well, Brody Carnes is pointing to the defense. The defense is pointing to Brody Carnes, so they're both blaming each other, of course. There's going to be a huddle at the 35-yard line, a huddle of zebras to see if they are going to call it. Yep, and they call it an offsides on the Wildcats. So they puts them back to 3rd and 3.
That's right. The young man came across. If he hadn't made contact with the lineman and he had gone back, it would have been on the Coyotes.
Absolutely. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 3, back again for the Coyotes. 4:16 left to play in the first quarter. No score yet. Coyotes are in a shotgun formation. Twins to the left side of the field. Brody takes the snap, hands off to number 22. Oh, gosh, there's a fumble on the play. Jaden Gonzalez. There's a scrum in the middle of the field. Refs have not made a call just yet. It looks like the Coyotes got the ball back.
It bounced right back to Jaden, and he recovered his own fumble.
But it's going to be a 4th and 3 for the Coyotes. Do you go for it here, Pops?
I think they are.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. 3:59 left. Coyotes have the ball at the Wildcats' 30-yard line, 30 yards away from a touchdown. 4th and 5, actually. That moved the ball back a couple of yards. So 4th and 4, actually. Yep. So they moved the ball back a couple of yards on that fumble. Brody Carnes comes with the play to the huddle. 3:43 left in the first quarter. No score against the Wildcats in Carrizo Springs. We're broadcasting live out of Carrizo. And it looks like it's going to be a shotgun formation for the Coyotes. 2 wide receivers to the right. Quickly, Pops, what do you think they're going to do here?
Well, I think they're going to do an RPO and sprint to the right. I think Brody has a good chance of.
Yeah, Wildcats showing blitz. Brody throws over to the far side of the field. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be an incomplete pass at the Wildcats' 5-yard line. So turnover on downs for the Coyotes. The Wildcats take over there.
Yes, it was. The ball was a little off, but it was a timing play. It was a little too long. But it was a good drive for the Coyotes. They got their feet under their and it will bode well for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it looks like they got some momentum there. They definitely got some momentum, but be that as it may, it is 0-0 so far, 3:16 left in the first quarter. The Wildcats have the ball at the 30-yard line. They break the huddle. Castellanos, the quarterback for the Wildcats, comes up to the line of scrimmage in shotgun formation. Twins over to the far side of the field. Snap is off. Hands off to the running back, number 12, up the middle. Finds some running room for about a 5-yard gain. That is number 12 for the Wildcats, Julian Ains.
It was a well-designed play. It looked like it was going to go for more than that, but that one man, number 12, I believe.
Yeah, number 12, Julian Ains for the Wildcats. Yeah.
Yes, he almost broke it, but our defender was able to put him on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like the Wildcats face a 2nd and 5. Takes the snap. Castellanos does. Hands off to number 12, who Julian Ains gets about maybe 2 yards, if that. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats.
They're trying to establish the running game, and they have a 3rd and 3. It might be an RPO where they try to fake it inside and then throw over the middle.
55, Aaron Graves comes out for the Coyotes. Replace him with number 65, Malachi Lada. 3rd and 2 for the for the Wildcats at their 38-yard line. Shotgun formation again. Brody Carnes was about to take the snap, but looks at the sideline at his coaches to see the adjustments he needs to make. H-back in the backfield and a running back. Castellanos hands off to that running back, finds some running room, number 12 does. That is Julian Ains, and finds a first down at the Wildcats 44-yard line. Sorry, they took a while to place the ball there. So
yeah, they tried to draw the defense off sides, and they did. Oh, number 12 is going out. They're running back. Julian
Ains is coming out. Their running back, their starting running back. So we don't know who is going to replace him. He did limp off the field on his own accord. Pops, it's fresh set of downs at the 44-yard line for the Wildcats.
Let's see if they keep running.
All right, and Julian Ains is out, but let's see how their depth is. Looks like Castellanos is going to take the snap under center for the Wildcats, sends a man in motion over to the near side of the field. E.J. Juarez fakes the handoff. There is a little bit of pressure over from the side from the Coyotes. Looks like Castellanos chucked the ball, and over to the far sideline. There's a flag on the field. Looks like pass interference on that deep ball.
It was a tight end that was coming across the middle of the field, and our defender, they tangled up feet. It could have been called both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a little tricky in football because when those flags are thrown, their ears are going to favor the offense.
So most of the times in the defensive backfield, it will favor the offense. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, so it's going to be first down and 10 at the Wildcats' 45-yard line. 1:16 left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 Wildcats and Coyotes here in Carrizo Springs, Texas. There's going to be first and 10, 45-yard line. There's going to be another shotgun formation, two men in the backfield, 3 men in the backfield actually, a slot receiver over to the near side of the field, and there's the snap, handoff up to fake handoff, and it's a play action pass, and nothing doing. He threw a little bit behind his streaking wide receiver on that.
The pass was behind him. He was open. The defender was in front of him to tackle him, but it would have been a good 10-yard, 15-yard gain.
Caden Smith comes into the game, replacing number 44 for the Coyotes. That is Jonathan Elizandro. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to face a 2nd and 10 after that incompletion. Coyotes looks like they are going to be going with another 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers set, 5 defensive backs. There's another shotgun formation with 2 running backs on either side of the quarterback. Quarterback overthrows looks like a 5 and out, and another incompletion. 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats.
The quarterback's having a little bit of accuracy issues, Al.
Yep, and
it looks like he's not setting his feet. We're getting good pressure on him, and it's sailing on him.
Yeah, it looks like the pocket is collapsing all around him. The defensive ends are getting some good pressure on him. So what do you expect here on the 3rd and long?
A pass.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. I thought you were going to get into more detail, but shotgun snap is off. Castellanos rolls over to the near side of the field. Pocket is collapsing, facing some pressure, scrambling over to the left side of the field, reverses direction, finds a little bit of running room, gets about across to the 37-yard line of the Coyotes, but not enough for a first down. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
4th and 5, and the young man showed his speed right there. reverse this field. It was a broken play, and he tried to get as much as he could. He got 4 yards. Now it's going to be 4th and 4, and they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it. Castellanos trots out onto the field with the play call from his coaches, huddling up. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. All knotted up at 0. No one has scored yet, so it looks like it's going to be 4th and 5 for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers over to the near side of the field. Snap is off. 2-step drop back for Castellanos. Throws it, and it looks like a wide receiver screen, and does get the first down. It crosses over the 35-yard line of the Coyotes. It's going to be close. There is no signal from the referee just yet. They might bring this out to nope. They moved the ball forward, gave him a generous spot. Now it's a first down for the Wildcats at the Coyotes' 34-yard line.
Yes, they did. They gave him a very, very generous spot right there.
Yeah.
But still, that pass was very well designed, and it was going to be hard to stop him.
There's a shallow pass over the middle. Nice little wide receiver screen by the Wildcats. Yes. Shotgun formation, handoff over to the running back for the Wildcats, Edward Moreno, up the middle of the field. Gets maybe a yard, if that. It might just be a second and very long 9 here.
Yes. We have stopped their running. They are going to have to start passing because we have stopped their running game.
22 seconds left in the first quarter. 2nd and 11, actually. He lost yardage on that, did the Wildcats, more specifically Edward Moreno. Number 12, Julian Ains, suffered a little bit of an injury there. We saw him limping off the field maybe in the last series. In this series, actually, maybe about 3 or 4 plays ago. So 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats.
They're going to run out the clock and go to the other side of the field.
And we are going to take a break. That is the first quarter, all knotted up at 0. No one has scored quite yet. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on uradleyradio.net. We'll be right back.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Tune in to Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
Welcome back to the Coyote Pack broadcast. Looks like there's some action while we were away. Snap off from the Wildcats, and that was a fumbled snap by the quarterback Castellanos.
And
the Uvalde Coyotes got it.
Yes,
yeah, let me call the play. Let me call the play. She's done that 3 times already. All right, well, yeah, that's exactly what happened. The Uvalde Coyotes got the ball back. It is turnover. So it looks like the Coyotes are going to get the ball at the 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line, going from west to east, right to left. And Brody Carnes is back in at quarterback. They did have Mr. Chris Rodriguez over at quarterback for a little bit. They do have them on some running situations. But Brody Carnes is back in at quarterback, the starter. Referee is whispering some things into his ear. Looks like he's trying to tell him to, hey, hold on, let me blow the whistle first, All right, so Twins over to the right side of the field. Brody Carnes in shotgun formation. H-back on the upfield. One running back to his left. Fakes the handoff. Brody Carnes is a quarterback draw up the middle. Finds a lot of running room. Slides across the 45-yard line for a first down. Depends on where they spot it. They do spot it at the 45-yard line, and it's a first down.
Yes, it is. It's a first down. That was a beautiful fake, and then he took it up the middle himself. And the play worked because their dives were working before.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, he did fake it to Jaden Gonzalez, his running back in the backfield, now replaced by Abraham Ale. Twins over to the far side of the field. And it looks like Brody Carnes is telling his offensive line something, maybe making an adjustment. Shotgun formation again. And Wildcats are showing blitz. Snap is off. Handoff to Abraham Ale. And he makes it up to the 49-yard line. And it's going to be a 2nd and 6 for the Coyotes.
Positive yards. It was a straight dive. And it was, hey, we're coming at you, and see if you can stop us.
Am I being biased here? I thought he stopped at the 49-yard line, then the referee moved it back to the 48. But be that as it may, 2nd and 7 for the Coyotes. 10:48 left in the second quarter, the first half. 0-0. No score here in Carrizo Springs, Texas. Brody Carnes with 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to, actually hands it off to Ale. Ale not finding anything as a swarm of Wildcats come and get him for a loss of about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, and it's going to be, the play was an RPO. Brody needed to pull that back and go to the other side of the field. I don't know if they had a pass programmed, but it was not going to work from the start.
Yeah, so it looks like the Coyotes are facing a 3rd and long here. Anything that you would suggest, Pops?
Pass.
Okay, jeez. All right, I'm going to stop doing that now. All right, snap is off. Brody Carnes throws it to the flat, but blocked, tipped, swatted by the Wildcats defensive end. 4th and 10 for the Coyotes at the 45-yard line.
That was going to be a screen to the wide side, and it looked like it was open. That young man that they had on the right side, he's pretty tall for Carrizo Springs, and he was able to knock the ball down.
Had a lot of running room here. Punt formation for the Coyotes. 4th and 10. 9:53 left in the first half. 1 man back for the Wildcats. Now 2 men back for the Wildcats as the second Wildcat runs back to receive the punt. Snap is off. Punt is away. It looks like it's a little bit of a short punt. It's going to hit the 30-yard line. Bounce back, takes a Wildcat bounce over across the 40, the 45, and to the 48-yard line. That hit the 30-yard line and then bounced back 18 yards.
It was an unfortunate bounce. I mean, if it had bounced the other way, it had rooms to go. But unfortunately, it was a Carrizo Springs bounce that it took.
Such a bad bounce for the Coyotes that it was a net 9-yard punt based on where the ball was spotted previously. So it looks like the Wildcats are going to have a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line. 9:38 left to go in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play. This is Simon Pops Ortiz, your color commentator. The Wildcats are under the snap is Castellanos, their quarterback. He's under center. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Single back formation. Motion man over to the near side. Hands it off to the motion man. Motion man runs up, cuts back up the middle, and gets about maybe 7 yards there. It's going to be a 2nd down and about 4.
They're doing a lot of misdirection. It was a sweep. It was they faked it to the inside as a dive, and then they gave it to the end, coming around the end. They're trying to loosen up the Coyotes. They're trying to do misdirection because they can't really run on the Coyotes.
And that's what we've seen this first half. 9:08 left in the first half, all knotted up at 0. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Single back formation. Castellanos under center, sends a man in motion. Hands up the middle of the field to his running back, number 8, Edward Moreno. Moreno churns forward to the 41-yard line of the Coyotes. Looks like it's going to be a 1st down.
Yes, it is. It was just, here, we're going to come at you. We're gonna just go straight, and we're going to try to overpower you. They didn't really overpower the Coyotes, but it was such a short yardage that they made the 1st down.
It was a good piece of running by Edward Moreno, the running back for the Wildcats there too, and he just barreled forward and just went straight down the middle, no frills or anything. Yes. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 40-yard line of the Coyotes. Man in motion to the far side of the field, handoff to that man in motion, fumbles the ball, picks it back up, tries to recoup what he lost, finds some running room, and does recoup what he lost and some more. Looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 32-yard line. It's going to be, oh man, he got 8 yards on that, so it's going to be a 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats.
Yes, again, all misdirection, and they've changed their strategy. It's an in-game change that they're making, adjustment that they're making. They're now running an offense with the quarterback under center.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be second and, well, you know what? No, okay, it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats here. 7:59 left in the first half. Under center snap, handoff up to number 8, Edward Moreno. Churns a little bit, barrels forward over to the 32-yard line. It looks like 33-yard line. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats here.
They're just running the ball. They're running the ball. They're not even thinking about passing.
You see a lot of spread formation and shotgun formation in high school football, but they're lining up in single back, some old school football here without the fullback.
Well, they started it in the spread, and then when they lost that one young man, I think they changed their strategy, and now they're just under center and running.
Yeah, number 12, Julian Ains, who's the starting running back for the Wildcats, is injured and has not yet returned to the game. Shotgun formation for Castellanos, takes the snap, under pressure, and because of that pressure, he throws it short of his man at the 30-yard line. Incomplete pass.
I tell you, the minute I say that they changed their strategy, they went back to the shotgun.
Yeah, they're trying to trick you. They're trying to trick you. They're trying to trick us. They're trying to trick that. They're doing a good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, in any case, it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Wildcats. One has to think they're going to go for it here.
Well, actually, the defense played just outstanding. They had pressure up the middle, and he didn't have any time to set, and the pass was way off. It was in the receiver's feet, and it was because of the pressure of the interior line.
All right, looks like there's going to be a timeout here. I think the Wildcats took a little bit of a timeout since there is a 4th and 3 right now. 7:11 left in the first half, 4th and 3 for the Wildcats at the Coyotes' 33-yard line. We are going to take a quick break. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with the salesman today.
Star Realty and Ranch Keller Williams invites you to join them as they cheer on our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes. Star Realty and Ranch are your premier real estate experts, and they're here to provide you with all the resources and information you need to buy or sell real estate. They work with buyers and sellers in the area and have had extensive training in order to provide you with top-of-the-line service. Call to find out more at 830-261-1970 or visit uvalderealty.com.
Welcome back to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net. I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play. Along with me is your color commentator, Simon Pops Ortiz. 4th and 3 for the Wildcats. Botch snap in the shotgun formation. Castellanos picks it up, rolls over to the near side of the field, trying to find some room, but gets nothing but sideline and Coyotes for probably a 6-yard loss there. It's going to be turnover on downs nonetheless, and the Coyotes get the ball back.
That young man showed his speed. They had him at the 42-yard, 43-yard line of Carrizo. He was able to elude all those defenders and make it all the way back to the 36 of the Coyotes.
Yeah, so it looks like the Coyotes are going to take possession of the ball with 7 minutes left in the first half. All knotted up, 0-0. There has been no score here on this hot evening here in Carrizo Springs. The ball is going to be placed at the 36-yard line, on the Coyotes' 36-yard line. Trips formation to the right. Number 52 coming in. Joshua Ibarra, offensive lineman, is coming in for a substitution. Brody Carnes with a shotgun formation. Number 22, Jaden Gonzalez, over to his right-hand side. Takes the snap, rolls over to the right-hand side, throws the ball over the middle to a wide-open wide receiver, number 1. Jonathan Jimenez, his slot receiver, over to the 39-yard line of the Coyotes. About a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain for the Coyotes. Now, actually, they're going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Coyotes.
Yes, very, very well-designed play. He was covered, but that pass was so accurate that the defender couldn't intercept it.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Coyotes. Shotgun formation, trips to the near side of the field. One running back in the backfield. Snap is off. Brody Carnes rolls over to the near side of the field, looking for a wide receiver in the flats. Finds number 10. Damian Rivera over across the 46-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Coyotes. A First State Bank first down for the Coyotes at the 46-yard line.
It's cash in First State Bank.
Cash in the bank for the Coyotes, absolutely. First and 10 for the Coyotes at the 46-yard line, at their own 46-yard line.
It was a sprint out, and number 10 did an excellent job in finding the first down marker and go then.
Trips over to the far side of the field. Shotgun formation. Snap is off. Carnes rolls over a little bit to the far side of the field. Throws it over to the far side, and almost an interception by the Wildcats there. It would have been an interception at the Coyotes' 40-yard line.
It was close. It was close. That ball was thrown across the field. It gave the defender plenty of time to react to it. It just a little too short, and thank God it was, because he wasn't able to intercept it.
Number 88, Augie Aviles coming into the game. Number 10, Damian Rivera, the slot receiver, coming out of the game. Shotgun formation, Jared Hernandez and Jonathan Jimenez over to the far side of the field in a twins formation. Shotgun formation for Carnes, one running back in the backfield. Jaden Gonzalez there with him. Carnes looks over to the sideline, tries to find his coach's signals, gets a snap from the center, hands it off to Jaden. Jaden runs up the middle. Nice gain, slicing through the defense up to the Wildcats' 46-yard line.
Good run. It was all Jaden. He got hit about 1 or 2 yards from the line of scrimmage, and he just kept on going.
5:29 left in the first half. 3rd and 3 for the Coyotes. It's going to be their ball is going to be placed at the 47-yard line. They move the ball back in the initial run. 2 wide receivers over to the far side of the field. That's Jared Hernandez and Jonathan Jimenez. Number 22, Jaden Gonzalez in the backfield along with Carnes. 1 wide receiver to the near side of the field. Can't see his number at the moment. Carnes looks at his wrist, trying to check out the play that was called. Up back in the backfield, H-back in the backfield. That is Augie Aviles. And it looks like he's going to call a timeout, Brody Carnes does. Didn't like what he saw from the defense there, did he, Pops?
No, he didn't. And it's such an important down that he wanted to make sure that they had the right play at the right time, and he might have been close to the end of the play clock.
That's true, too. All right, well, it looks like we're going to take another quick break. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Family owned and operated, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home was founded on one simple principle: service. With an all-new state-of-the-art facility, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home provides service at the highest level. Discover why Hillcrest is the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the Uvalde community. Call anytime at 830-333-3096 or find us on site at 424 Geraldine Street. Honor and celebrate life in a setting fit for remembering legends. Learn more at hillcrestmemorialfuneralhome.com.
Big 3rd and 3 here for the Coyotes. Ball is placed at the Wildcats' 47-yard line. Actually, Chris Rodriguez in at quarterback, motions number 1 into the far near side of the field. Rodriguez runs up the middle, cuts it over to the far side of the field, gets the first down. Looks like he crossed over to the 42-yard line. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Coyotes. A First State Bank first down, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell you what, Mr. Rodriguez was a bulldozer. He just took it, and he bulldozed about 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah, and he stands at 5'11", 220 pounds. He's a senior, number 8. I wouldn't want to be standing in front of him. Maybe he's barreling down towards me downfield.
No, sir.
That is a big athletic boy. Awesome run. Number 0, Jared Hernandez over to the far side of the field. 2 wide receivers over to the near side. 1 running back in the backfield with Carnes, who is in shotgun formation. 1 H-back in the backfield. Snap is off. Carnes takes 1 step drop, throws a long bomb over to the far side of the field, and it is caught! Caught at the 5-yard line of the Wildcats. Wow!
Beautiful pass.
My goodness.
Beautiful pass. Number 8, great concentration.
That was number 0, Jared Hernandez.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great concentration. That he didn't have but 1 yard where he could have caught it and be inbounds, and he did.
Perfectly placed ball for Jared Hernandez. For Brody Carnes. That moves the ball from the Wildcats' 47-yard line all the way down to the Wildcats' 5-yard line. Coyotes are in striking distance in the red zone for the first time tonight. First and goal for the Coyotes at the 5-yard line. The stadium's getting a little bit rowdy here. They're ready to see some Coyotes touchdowns. They're starting to see some Coyotes scoring. All right, there's going to be a shotgun formation for Brody Carnes. Defense showing blitz, fake handoff. Hands it off. Nope, fake handoff to the end around. Carnes throws it over to the middle of the field. Touchdown, Coyotes!
Touchdown, Coyotes, baby. Number 22. Yep. Yes, sir. The pack is back. The pack is back.
Brody Carnes finds Jaden Gonzalez streaking just across the goal line, and for a nice 5-yard strike, 6-0, Uvalde Cats.
6-0. I tell you, that play was made by the offensive line. Not because I'm an offensive lineman. That was a long, drawn-out play, and the line gave him the time to be able to throw that ball.
Carnes holding for the extra point here to make it a 7-0 game for the Coyotes with only 4:11 left in the first half. Kick is actually it's a fake. That throws over to throws it to the far side of the field. Okay, so I'm so sorry. It was just a very fast happening play here. Carnes was the holder, pitches it to a man going end around. The man end around, who was number 8, Chris Rodriguez, threw it to the far side of the end zone, hoping for that 2-point conversion, but overthrew his man.
They ran out of real estate. It was a play where it was to go as a sprint out to the far side of the field of the field, and they just ran out of space.
Yeah, it was a very ambitious play call there,
yes.
and admirable. I mean that's first game of the season. Pops
yes.
Can't hold anything back.
No.
Yep, 4:11 left to go in the first half.
I'll tell you what, it's a close game, and the Coyotes are up there.
Yeah, and you predicted a close game. You predicted a close game and a Coyotes win. So 4:11 left in the first half. Coyotes are going to kick off. They just scored a touchdown. I'm sorry. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Pops gave me the little wave here, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Texas Farm Store backs up pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
Welcome back to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net. We apologize for the pause there. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back, and it looks like the Coyotes are going to be kicking at the 40-yard line. 4:11 left in the first half. The kick is away to the Wildcats, and it's a short kick over to the Wildcats' 32-yard line. Number 21 for the Wildcats goes all the way across the field. A lot of running there for about maybe a 4-yard return there to the Wildcats' 37-yard line.
It was a 40-yard run for a 1-yard gain. That's what it was.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, it must be tired but didn't really get too many yardage out of it. All right, Pops. What does the defense need to do to close out this half strong? 6-0 Coyotes.
They're running a lot of misdirection. They're running a lot of dive plays under center. The defensive line and the linebackers have to keep their reads and play aggressive.
Ball is placed at the Wildcats' 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 38-yard line, their own 38-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Coyotes up 6-0. Wildcats show trips over to the near side of the field. 1 H-back in the backfield, 1 wide receiver to the far side of the field. Shotgun formation, sends a man in motion to the far side of the field, fakes the handoff to the man in motion. Quarterback runs up the middle and crosses over to the 45-yard line, maybe the 44-yard line for a... Gosh, what do you think of a 6-yard gain right there? Yeah,
6-yard gain. They're putting the game on the back of their quarterback. They are really doing that. He is going to be running the ball. He's going to be sprinting out. They are going to try to go through him for this whole game.
44-yard line. The ball is placed at the Wildcats' 44-yard line. Shotgun formation again for the Wildcats. Evan Castellanos takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who tries to get up the middle, but is met by a wall of Coyotes. Maybe for a 1-yard gain, it's going to go up to the 40-inch up, I should say, to the 45-yard line for a 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 4.
3rd and 3, and they're trying to establish the run. I do not know what happened to their pass, but they're trying to establish the run. It was just a straight dive. It was an RPO. He could have pulled it back, but he didn't.
Yeah, so it almost fooled me.
The quarterback.
Almost fooled me, yeah. So 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats. 2:54 left in the first half. Coyotes up 6-0. Shotgun formation motion. He was not ready for that snap. The center sent to snap the ball, and he was not ready. But Evan Castellanos picks it up, crosses the 40, crosses the 30, crosses the 20, crosses the 10, and dances into the touchdown for a Wildcat score.
That was a broken play. That was everybody kind of when that ball hit his chest, everybody kind of relaxed, and then he just took off.
Yep. It looked like, it just paused because no one really knew what was happening. He picked up the ball, ran over to the near side of the field for about a 55-yard touchdown run for Evan Castellanos. You talked about his speed, Pops, and
Yes.
he showed it there.
He really showed it. And again, you have to be cognizant. Every play, all the time. You let up, and that young man will leave you in the dust.
2:39 left in the game. In the half. It's a attacking on the extra point are the Wildcats. Snap is off. Kick is away. Looks like I can't really see. Yep, and the kick is good. They was kicking into the sun, so you couldn't really see. But it goes through the uprights for a 7-6 lead for the Wildcats. Just deflating there. It looked like the Coyotes were picking up some momentum, and they were looking to finish the half strong there.
Yep. It just goes to show you have to stay in the game. 100%.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to a commercial break, deflating there, but we'll see if the Coyotes can muster something up with the last 2 minutes of the half. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality, comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas Broker.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast only on the UvaldeRadio.net. I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play. Alongside me, my color commentator, Simon Pops Ortiz. Wildcats set to kick off after that 55-yard run by Evan Castellanos, the Wildcat quarterback, 7-6 in favor of the Wildcats. Kickoff is away at the 25-yard line, picked up by number 10, Damian Rivera, over to the 41-yard line. Might have been a late hit. There's some ooh and ahs going on in the stands, but no flags on the field there.
Yes, it was a good run by number 10. At the end, they were out of bounds. He was not hit. The young man that had him by the jersey just flipped him over. And
that's what the referee saw too. So no dirty laundry on the field, no flag on the play. The Coyotes are going to start with the ball at the. Actually, they're not placing it just yet. Okay, and it is going to be the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Coyotes. 2:34 left in the half. 7-6 Wildcats. And Pops, this is the 39-yard line.
Time to answer.
Yeah.
Time to answer. They need to go in on a positive. They need to they have plenty of time. I think they will.
Shotgun formation, Brody Carnes, 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Snap is off. Carnes with a one-step drop back. Throws over to the near side of the field to into traffic. Almost an interception by the Wildcats. Luckily, they dropped it.
It was a little short. If he had gone a little bit further out, I think number 82.
That's 80. That's number 81 over there.
81.
Daniel Perez.
Yes. Yeah. He could have gotten uncovered if it was a little, but it was just too short.
Clock has stopped. 2:26 left in the half. 7-6 in favor of the Wildcats after Evan Castellanos' 55-yard sprint. It looks like the Coyotes are going to go with 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field this time. Jaden Gonzalez is the running back in the backfield. Carnes in the shotgun formation takes the snap, throws a wide receiver screen over to Jared Hernandez. Jared Hernandez does some dancing, crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line.
Yes, that was a good run by number 10, right?
Yep, number 0.
Number 0, yes. That was a good run. There was a man on him. He was able to shake him and make it a positive 2 yards.
Yep, it would have been a loss, but at 2 yards, we'll take that there. It's 3rd and 8 for the Coyotes there. It's going to be 7-6 in favor of the Wildcats if you're just joining us. 2 minutes left in the half. The clock is running because he was tackled in bounds. No 2-minute warnings here in high school football. Brody Carnes looks a little bit in confusion over to the sideline, but finally gets the call from his coaches. He's ready to go. Looks at his play sheet, And scans the defense. 7 seconds left, 5 seconds left, 4 seconds left on the play clock. He has to get the snap off as soon as possible. Does. Hands it up, fakes the handoff, throws it over to the near side of the field to number 47, and he crosses the 50-yard line to the 49-yard line into Wildcat territory for a First State Bank first down.
I thought I was watching the pros the way they worked that clock.
I know.
My God.
Taylor Massey was the receiver on that play.
Yes, and it was a beautiful pass.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Coyotes. 1:21 left in the game, left in the half, actually. 49-yard line of the Wildcats. Pops, what do they need to do here?
They need to, you know what? They have a minute and 12 seconds. They need to try to run one to the outside and see if they can get to the sidelines.
Man in motion to the far side of the field. Brody Carnes throws to that man in motion for a bubble screen, and he drops the ball. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10. He was trying to find Damian Rivera over there on the far side of the field.
He was covered. I think it was best that he didn't catch the ball because they would have gotten him for a loss.
Yep, so 49-yard line. The ball is placed in Wildcat territory, barely in Wildcat territory. 2nd down and 10 for the Coyotes. 1:02 left. The clock has stopped, but the play clock is going. 19 seconds left on the play clock. 7-6 Wildcats. And there is 2 wide receivers over to the far side of the field. That's Jarrett Hernandez and Jonathan Jimenez. Number 17 in the game, Joshua Verduzco. And number 10, Damian Rivera, motioning over to the far side of the field. Shotgun snap formation. Snap is away. Brody Carnes throws it down the middle. Long. And number 17 comes up with the ball at the Wildcats' 4-yard line. That was Joshua Verduzco from the 49 all the way down to the 4-yard line. Scoring distance once again for the Coyotes.
Yes, it was. And you know what? They both came down with the ball, but tie goes to the offense.
Tie goes to the offense. And the referee does confirm that. Beautiful catch. Great grit by Joshua Verduzco, number 17 there.
47 minutes, 47 seconds, maybe a timeout would help.
It looks like they're going to keep on going. The clock is ticking, 40 seconds, 7-6 in favor of the Wildcats. Coyotes in striking distance at the 4-yard line. First and goal for the Coyotes. And Chris Rodriguez, the big man, the big quarterback in the game, takes the snap under center, hands it off to an end around, and it looks like the end around is going to make it into the end zone. Dives in and gets the touchdown. Number 1, Jonathan Jimenez showing great eagerness and willingness to get it.
There's a flag on the play.
And a flag on the play. Right when the stadium exploded, there's some dirty laundry on the play. Let's see what it is. Not sure what the refs can call here. I'm getting blocked by a little bit of a pylon here. There is a meeting going on, and this crowd went dead silent right after it hit its zenith.
Yes. There is going to be...
Okay, so we're going to see what the referee is going to call here after some conferring a little bit. Let's see what the call is. They're taking their time here. They're conferring with the Uvalde coaches, actually. Now they're heading over to the sideline. There seems to be some confusion on the count of the referee's part. If you're going to throw the flag, know what it's going to be.
Yes. I think it might be against the Carrizo Springs.
Well, then the crowd might get back to it how they were when Jonathan Jimenez run. And let's see. I don't know what they're doing. I guess.
No, the play didn't count because it was offsides, and they blew the whistle before the play.
Okay, so it was a false start. They blew the whistle before the play. It was a beautiful play call, though.
Yes, it was.
All right, 20 seconds left in the first half. 7-6 Wildcats. Pops.
Coyotes call a timeout.
Yeah, Coyotes call a timeout. I was going to ask you what they're going to do, but I'll ask you right after this commercial break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit MedinaEC.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
All right, so the play was blown dead because it looked like it was a false start. So that negated a touchdown end-around run by Jonathan Jimenez, the Coyote slot receiver. Number 20 in the game, Abraham Ale, with the quarterback, Chris Rodriguez, in shotgun formation with the snap. The crowd is getting excited. Looks like the Coyotes can punch it in this play. Number 47, Massey, is also in the game, and there are 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Coyotes at the 2-yard line. 20 seconds left in the first half. They got to score, even though it is, I can't see because there's even though it's first and goal for the Coyotes. They have a fresh set of downs, but yeah, there's only 20 seconds left. So the crowd quiets down because the coaches asked for some peace and quiet. So no false starts here. Chris Rodriguez in the shotgun formation. Man in motion, fakes it off, runs up the middle. Chris Rodriguez crosses the goal line for a Coyotes touchdown.
It was just a formality, Al. It was just a formality. You know, it worked, it did it, and he was going to make that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what happened to your mic, Pops, but I'm going to try to fix it. We'll try to fix it at halftime.
Okay.
All right, so make sure that something is plugged, or everything is plugged in. Not sure what is going on here, but for the time being, there's only 17 seconds left in the half. But nope, that is my microphone. So yep, it looks like there's 17 seconds left in the half. Coyotes did score. It is 12-7. Don't know what they're going to do here. The last time the Coyotes had the ball and they scored a touchdown, they went for a fake. They went for a fake field goal. So let's see if they do. Actually, did they already run the? We're trying to figure that out, right?
No, wait a minute. That was a 2-point.
Okay. So there was some confusion here, guys. There was some confusion, and we're going to blame it on the referees here. There was a touchdown by Jonathan Jimenez, an end around to the near side of the field with the Coyotes having the ball at the 4-yard line. Then the refs threw a flag, and they conferred and didn't make a signal after that. And then they placed the ball at the 2-yard line, which we thought that they placed the ball what we thought was the same spot, and we thought that was a replay of the down. But in any case, there was a touchdown by Jonathan Jimenez, and then there was a 2-point conversion by Chris Rodriguez. He did cross the plane, but for some reason they're not updating the score, are they, Pops?
Well, they're as confused as we are.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, so it's not just us. I mean, the score isn't reflecting what the actual score is because Chris Rodriguez crossed that plane on that 2-point conversion. So, Pops, I'm going to move over the mic to you.
Yes. What happened, Al, is that on that touchdown there was an infraction by Carrizo, and because of that, the extra point was at the 1.5-yard line, and they converted, so it's 14-6.
And they never showed any signal. So in any case, 20 seconds left in the first half. Coyotes are kicking the ball away. Squib kick for the Coyotes. Wildcats scoop it up at the 18-yard line, trying to get on top of it. They finally get a handle on it, try to advance the ball, and not quite up to the 25-yard line, let's say the 24-yard line. Depends on where they spot the ball. They've been giving the Wildcats some generous spots here. They did spot the ball at the 25-yard line.
Well, we are the home team. The Coyotes announcing group. Well.
Yeah, we might be a little bit biased, but in any case, 10 seconds left in the first half. It is 12-7 Coyotes after the Jonathan. I'm sorry, it should be 13-7 Coyotes after the Jonathan Jimenez.
14-7. A 2-point conversion we got.
Okay, yeah, we did. Yes, okay, yeah, because we did not get anything on the first touchdown, so it would be 6 plus 6 and then
2.
Yep, you're right. Okay, never mind. Okay, that's why I wasn't a math major. That's why I'm broadcasting. It was all communications. So, all right, guys. Well, the Wildcats elect to kneel the ball. It's 14-7 Coyotes as the waning seconds of the first half tick away. A lot to unpack here after no scoring in the first quarter. A barrage of scoring by the Coyotes here. 14-0 after a 2-point conversion from Chris Rodriguez, a quarterback draw up the middle. Actually, they're staying on the field. What is going on with these referees? They are not. It looks like there was a penalty on the Wildcats, a false start. They move the ball back to the 20-yard line. 5 seconds left
and they're going to run out
in the first half, and they are going to take a knee. That concludes the first half of Coyotes football. Coyotes are up 14-7, even though the scoreboard says 12-7 after some mass confusion here by the referees at the end of the half. Be that as it may, we're going to go into our halftime show, and we'll see you guys on the flip side for our Medina Electric Cooperative halftime show.
I'll tell you what, Al. I'll tell you what. The pack is back.
Pack is back, baby. Apologies for the math slip-up, guys.
Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde, provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality, comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas broker.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Tune in to Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply, who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with the salesman today.
Star Realty and Ranch Keller Williams invites you to join them as they cheer on our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes. Star Realty and Ranch are your premier real estate experts, and they're here to provide you with all the resources and information you need to buy or sell real estate. They work with buyers and sellers in the area and have had extensive training in order to provide you with top-of-the-line service. Call to find out more at 830-261-1970 or visit uvalderealty.com. Family Family owned and operated, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home was founded on one simple principle: service. With an all-new state-of-the-art facility, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home provides service at the highest level. Discover why Hillcrest is the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the Uvalde community. Call anytime at 830-333-3096 or find us on site at 424 Geraldine Street. Honor and celebrate life in a setting fit for remembering legends. Learn more at hillcrestmemorialfuneralhome.com. It's time for the Medina Electric Halftime Show. Medina Electric Cooperative, built by this community over 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. Proud to be part of this community and to continue to serve beyond the power lines. And now your hosts, Simon and Al Ortiz, on your home for Coyotes football, UvaldeRadio.net.
What an exciting first half, ladies and gentlemen. After a dearth of scoring in the first quarter, 0 points from both teams. Then came the exciting plays in the second quarter. The Coyotes are currently up 14-7 against the Wildcats. We're in a halftime right now. We have a lot to discuss. And you know what, Pops? That scoreboard's not right. They're still not changing it to what the actual game is, or the actual score is.
You know, it's the first game of the season now. The refs are also getting back into game form. The scoreboard people are also getting back into the game form. There was no communication from the refs to the press box as to what was happening. There was a penalty there was a penalty on the touchdown. It was not a penalty against the Coyotes. It was a penalty against Carrizo, and it wasn't a dead ball penalty. It was a penalty after the play. So because of that, they had a 1.5 yard mark off against Carrizo, so the extra point was from the 1.5 yard instead of the 3 yard line. Yeah. The Coyotes made the 2-point conversion. It should be 14-7, but again, the scoreboard people are not in tune with what the refs were doing, and it's still sitting at 12-7, although we all know it's 14-7 Coyotes. It should be 14-0. It was just a fluke play.
We'll get into that in a second, actually. So let me just give a little game summary here. You did actually talk about the flag on the play, the Damian Rivera end around at the 4 yard line with under a minute to go. The Coyotes showed a great presence and great time management, clock management on that 2-minute drill. They started at the 49 yard line as the clock went under 2 minutes, and then there was a bomb of a pass from Brody Carnes over to Jarrett Hernandez at the 4 yard line. Afterwards, Damian Rivera did an end around for a 4 yard touchdown, and then there was a flag, like you said, and then Chris Rodriguez, number 8, the big quarterback, ran it up the middle for the 2-point conversion. Other scoring, Brody Carnes had a 5 yard touchdown pass over to Jaden Gonzalez, number 22, just across the goal line. Looked like he was over the flats. And then, like you said, the fluke play. Talk about the fluke play, Pops.
Well, it was a shotgun formation. The quarterback was not ready for the ball. He was looking elsewhere. The center snapped the ball, hit his chest. Everybody kind of froze and thought that he was just going to jump on the ball and fall to the ground. He scooped it up, ran to the left sideline. He is so fast, so quick that he outran the defense.
And you talked about his speed during the pregame too. I mean, when you said everybody froze, literally everybody froze, and it looked like Castellanos pressed a button, froze time, and then ran and got a head start, which is essentially what happened. And then he just took off down that sideline and just showed his blazing speed that Pops talked about. So, Pops, what do the Coyotes need to do to keep stepping on that gas? It looked like they got some momentum towards the end there, especially with that beautiful pass from Brody Carnes to Jarrett Hernandez. What do they have to do to build off of this?
Their offense needs to stay focused. They need to run the ball as down the middle. They are having great success doing that. They're having great success running the ball down the middle, and then after they establish the run going down the middle, they can really do those RPOs and do some damage down the field with Brody's accurate passing. He is really throwing the ball well tonight, and you know what? The biggest surprise for me is their wideouts are concentrated. They're catching really difficult passes, which is awesome. And I really think that if they stay focused, they will have some more success in the second half. The defense, all they have to do is focus on their keys and stay alert. Stay alert, because this young man, that's it. They're putting the game on his shoulder, and they want him to win the game for him.
And for good reason too, because the Wildcats are without their starting running back, number 12. Julian Ains. In the first quarter, no, I believe it was the second quarter, he started to limp off the field after one of his runs. And they were handing the ball off to him up the middle. He was getting stopped, but then he started to get a little bit of momentum there too. And those up the middle gut plays were working a little bit, getting 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And then he limped off, and then Castellanos just took over. Yes. So, I mean, what did, and here's the thing too, they haven't done a lot of misdirection. They started to do misdirection towards the end of the half. Is that the Achilles heel for this Uvalde defense?
Doesn't look like for tonight. They are all, they're keeping their reads, they're staying in their lanes, they're keeping their responsibilities. They just need to keep just concentrating. Now, this second half, fatigue starts to happen. They need to keep just concentrating on their keys and staying home on defense.
Now, in your keys to the game, Pops, in the pregame, you talked about Brody Carnes, which he's delivered. You talked about the defense keeping contained because those misdirections were haunting them in the scrimmages. Now, you also, the third key was the kicking game.
Yes.
Do they have confidence in their kicking game? Because they went for a 2-point conversion right after that first touchdown.
You know, Al, sad to say, I think they think that maybe they need to work more on their extra point conversions, their 1-point conversions. They need to work more on their kickoffs. Their punter is doing it very well. It's the kickoffs and the extra points that they're working on. And that's why they're going for 2-point conversions, which has not hurt them. It has helped them, but it's something that they need to improve on as the season goes along.
Yeah, well, their 2-point conversion certainly hurt me because I had a mathematical faux pas there, which was very embarrassing. I mean, and of course, for those of you just joining us, the Coyotes are up 14-7. It is halftime, but yeah, Pops is my dad, so he was a little embarrassed about it. He's a CPA by trade. I'm not. I'm a communications guy, so it was a little bit of a faux pas there, but hopefully he'll give me a pass, right?
Oh, not embarrassed at all. You know what? It happened to the scoreboard guys.
Right.
They still don't have it right.
Right. We had some Coyotes coaches in here too in the press box, and they were correcting me on air. They're like, "Wait, wait a second. What are you talking about?" Kudos to the Coyote band who just got off the field in their performance, their first performance of the season. We obviously want this broadcast to be about the students, so the band just went out there, did their thing, gave us some entertainment, and the second half might be starting maybe in a little bit soon. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We talked about the injury that Julian Ains suffered, the running back for the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. We're going to get the Uvalde Memorial Hospital injury report in just a second, right after this commercial break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas broker.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are back with the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net. This is the Medina Electric Co-op halftime show. Thanks for joining us. In case you just joined us, there's 11:17 left in the halftime. Of course, that might not be an exact science here, but be that as it may, Coyotes are up 14-7 over the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. We're here broadcasting live out of Carrizo Springs, Texas at Frank Carter Stadium. The Uvalde Memorial Hospital injury report. I am very, very excited to have one of my close friends here in Uvalde join us. He's been volunteering for a long time. Whenever there's an injured coyote on the field, he goes out, checks them out, gives them the right advice, and tries his best to stitch them up, and sometimes they're minor, sometimes they're major, but you know what? He's there for them nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Teague is with us here in the press box. Ryan, say hello to everybody.
Thank you, Al. I appreciate it. Good intro. Glad to be here tonight.
Awesome, man. Well, so, luckily, we were talking about, we hope Julian Ains is okay, the running back for the Wildcats. He was limping off the field. I know you don't attend to the Wildcats players, but, fortunately for the Coyotes, there were no injuries, unless there was something on the sideline that we didn't see.
Yeah, they're hiding everything from us all the time, but they all want to play. Nothing that I know of so far. Luckily, it was a quiet half for us. I did see the play. The running back, number 12 for Carrizo, went down. It looked like he just kind of got his ankle rolled up a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. You might see him in the second half. They get him in halftime, tape him up, and get him back out there.
So actually, I was thinking maybe it was a cramp, but he didn't come back into the game after he left in the first half. But, have you seen any cramps on the sidelines or anything like that? I mean, tell us how important hydration is. Obviously, that's the obvious statement, but just give us a little bit more details around that, and if the Coyotes are doing what they need to do to keep their stamina up.
Well, for sure, it's critical here for the second half. It's pretty humid out here, pretty hot, down here in South Texas. We're not always having as much humidity, but the key is going to be halftime, making sure they get that pickle juice and water. Water's probably better, but these kids sometimes they get so hyped up they forget to drink, and so the athletic training staff's doing a good job making sure that they get their water, and hopefully the coaches are on them in halftime. But that's going to be key coming fourth quarter, getting out there, especially the turf is hotter than grass, and that may play a role coming to fourth quarter. You get a little bit dehydrated, you start losing your focus as your dad was talking about, keeping that containment. That's going to be critical. They're fast, athletic quarterback.
Yeah, so, you talked about pickle juice. Give us just a brief rundown of why that is a thing.
Well, yeah, so we always talk about electrolytes, and you're sweating out not just water, but your sodium, potassium, magnesium. So you want to try to get these electrolytes back into your body in a medium that is rapidly absorbed. There's all kinds of tablets that they take, and really the best might be coconut water. In tropical medicine, you can actually it's got all the same electrolytes as blood, so that's probably best, but it's pretty darn expensive. So pickle juice is pretty cheap, and it's got what you need.
Yes,
if you can take the taste.
Tropical medicine. I mean, we have that same kind of climate here, hot and humid, right?
It is today. It is very hot. It's very humid up here. The home team makes you sweat it out here in the away booth for sure.
Yeah, it looks like we're having some trouble with the AC here. So if you do get a chance to see us, if you're listening out in the crowd, we will be drenched after this game. So we're trying to hydrate ourselves as best as possible too.
Sweating it out with the Coyotes.
Yep, sure. Exactly. In uniformity. So in solidarity. But yeah. So Ryan, just briefly before we go into another commercial break and wrap this Uvalde Memorial Hospital injury report up. You're going to be joining us every halftime. We want to get the lowdown from you. You're here every game, right?
I'm happy to come up here if you're willing to have me. I'm excited about it. Come up here and talk with you guys. Appreciate you inviting me. Also want to give credit to Dr. Jack Connolly, our orthopedic surgeon in Uvalde, Uvalde Medical and Surgical Associates here, also Uvalde Memorial Hospital. He's been volunteering on the sideline. I think this is his 14th year, if I'm not wrong. I've been here since the 2018 season, so we're excited. We enjoy coming out to all the games, and we're the two guys walking the sideline, ready to help out if we need to. But a good day is when we do nothing.
I love it, and so true. Especially, we want to see these students walking away in the best health possible. This is a pretty physical sport. So, before we wrap up the Uvalde Memorial Hospital injury report, Ryan, any predictions around how the end of the? You're a football fan too. I know you're from upstate New York. You're a Buffalo Bills guy. How you ended up here in Uvalde is beyond me, but
it's a good story.
But what predictions do you have here?
I think I'm very impressed with this year's Coyotes. Last year was a struggle for a lot of the guys. They did fight hard, but we were a little bit undersized. It looks like we got some bigger kids this year, and they played with a lot of heart this first half, and I'm really encouraged. I think, like your dad was talking about, the key things for the second half, the Coyotes keep containment. One play that quarterback can score, and as long as we stop him from running, I think we're going to do well. We keep that mix of keeping the ball running and opening up that play-action pass for our quarterback. I think we're going to come out here with a dub.
I love it. Well, Ryan, thanks again for joining us. Really appreciate it. We'll see you throughout the season. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another quick commercial break, but this has been the Uvalde Memorial Hospital Injury Report, brought to you by Ryan Teague. Uvalde Memorial Hospital, better health begins here. We'll be right back. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Tune in to Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net. Before we get into a second half outlook, I'm going to turn it over to Pops because he has some scores from around the district and the area for you. Pops, take it away.
Well, Al, got to get on the mic. We have 3 scores. One of them was from last night. Bernie won. They beat Corpus Christi Flower Bluff 35-32. And then there's this big surprise here. Salado Eagles are defeating their halftime with Fredericksburg. They are up 35-3. And then we have Somerset against San Antonio Highlands. Somerset is up 28-7. That's all the halftime scores that we could get at this point. And of course, all these are Bernie, Fredericksburg, and Somerset are in our district. We want to keep see how they're coming up, see how they're developing, how they're progressing, and of course we want to see how we are going to measure up against them.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for the scores, Pops. It looks like the Coyotes and the Wildcats are back out of the locker rooms. The adjustments have been made. They're making their way into warm-up formation, doing some high knees, some karaoke, all that good stuff. Karaoke, not karaoke. But in any case, is 2:18 left to go before we start this thing again. The Carrizo Springs Band is still out. Before we go back to another commercial, Pops, any second half outlooks, any high-level thoughts that you might have, final thoughts? If not, we can go to commercial, but anything you want to actually maybe reiterate for those who just joined us?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be high-level thoughts, Al, but I think that the Coyotes are in a good position. I think they need to keep the pedal to the metal. They need to, their offense, they need to keep running those successful plays, those dives, and then those RPOs off of those dives that have really opened up the offense for them. And after that, the defense just needs to stay focused, and we've got this game.
Absolutely. Again, if you're just joining us, 14-7 in favor of the Coyotes after 2 scores in the second quarter for the Coyotes. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we get back, we are going to kick off the second half. So we hope you stick with us. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast, and we'll be back at the flip end of this break with the second half, and we hope at the end of that half we get a Coyotes win. This is the Cowboys. I'm already ready for Sunday, I guess. The Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net. It's really hot in here. Sorry.
Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality, comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas broker.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
It's time for Coyotes football, presented by Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, Keller Williams, Uvalde Memorial Hospital, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home, Skyway Entertainment, Texan Bank, Lantana Realty, Medina Electric Cooperative, Uvalco Supply, Power Sports and Equipment, the Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, and First State Bank of Uvalde. And now, your hosts, play-by-play announcer Al Ortiz and color commentator Simon Ortiz. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast with Simon and Al Ortiz on your official home for Uvalde Coyotes football, UvaldeRadio.net.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the halftime show is over. The bands have been cleared, and it looks like the teams are on the field. We're ready for an amazing second half from the Uvalde Coyotes, up 14-7 on the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. Kickoff is underway. Ball sails over to the 12-yard line. Carrizo Springs with the ball, running right. Kick returner gets up to the 35-yard line. Apologies, couldn't really see him in the thick of it all, but the kick returner for maybe about a 20-yard, 23-yard return. The Wildcats will start at the 35-yard line.
I thought it was going to be more than that, Al, and it was fortunate that the Coyotes were able to corral them right there at the 34 yard line.
34-yard line, yep. It's hard to see with all the scrum going on, but yep, it's the 34-yard line. We are at the start of the second half. The Wildcats are in the shotgun formation once again. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Just at the start of the third quarter, we have a shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers over to the near side of the field. 1 running back over to the right side of the quarterback, and that quarterback is Evan Castellanos. Castellanos takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, number 8. Number 8 tries to find the corner, turns it upfield, tries to get a little bit out of yards, making something out of nothing. Maybe about a 2-yard gain.
That was a 30-yard run for a 2-yard gain, and it was a long ways for him to go. It was a 3-yard gain, maybe.
Run by Edward Moreno. In the first half, the starting running back for the Wildcats, Julian Ains, left the field of play in the second quarter, has not returned yet, and looks like he may not be returning for this game. The Wildcats are starting the game with Edward Moreno at running back. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats, and it's going to be a false start on the Wildcats.
Yes. Somebody moved in the line. He set, and then he came back up.
Looks like they're may have been a passing play, and they're a little scared of that Coyotes front 4, huh?
The pass rush. They're having problems containing the pass rush, so they're trying to get ready a little too soon.
All right, at the 32-yard line, 2nd and 12 for the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side of the field, 1 running back in the backfield. Castellanos takes the snap, hands off to his running back, and it's a reverse to the wide receiver. He has plenty of room to run, but looks like there's a Coyote closing. Doesn't get him, crosses the 40 to the 45 and close to the 50 for about an 18-yard run. First down for the Wildcats.
Number 2 tackled him out.
Yeah, that's number 2. No, it's a Juvenal Esparza.
Yes. He was the last man on the defense, and he was able to get him down.
Yeah, and Juvenal Esparza is a senior defensive back, and he gave everything he could to get that running back out of bounds. And of course, that running back for the Wildcats is Edward Moreno. It was maybe as an 18-yard run right at the 50. The ball is placed. It is 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 10:46 left in the third quarter. Uvalde up 14-7. There's a fumbled snap by Castellanos, and that was a broken play from the start. He tried to make something out of it by going up the middle, maybe for a yard, but it is a 1-yard loss actually. 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats.
It was a broken play. He fumbled the snap from the center, and he had nowhere to run.
Yeah, and there's been a little bit of problems with that center quarterback exchange for the Wildcats. That's something to keep an eye on, right?
Yes, definitely. The Coyotes need to just contain on those misdirections like the last one, and they'll be fine. They'll be good.
10-11 left in the third quarter. Coyotes up 14-7. 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats. Castellanos under center takes the snap, pitches the ball. It is a 36 pitch. And number 8 gets up to about the 50-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Number 44 did an excellent job, the defensive end. He read his keys, and he just closed in and made the tackle.
And that is Jonathan Elizandro, number 44. It definitely got contained there. Number 8, Edward Moreno, looked like he had some room to run, but it was stuffed in for maybe a 2-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. What do we need to do here, Pops?
Read your keys. Stay home. Make sure they don't do a misdirection, and cover those wide receivers on the flats.
Coyotes up 14-7. 9:24 left in the third quarter. 3rd and 10. 3rd and long for the Wildcats at the 50-yard line. Under snap again is Castellanos. Castellanos fakes the pitch, and they've met by 2 Coyotes who on a blitz, perfectly called blitz, for about a 7-yard loss.
Number 4 and number 8. Number 40. And number 8 came in, they blitzed in, and he had nowhere to go.
That's Chuy Vasquez, and that is Chris Rodriguez. They're just there immediately to meet him.
Excellent play call by the coaches to have a blitz down the middle. They knew what they were going to try to do, a fake handoff, and then try to pass over the middle.
4th and 15 for the Wildcats. Wildcats in punt formation. 8:45 left to go in the game. 14-7. The Coyotes are up. Snap is out. The punt is off. Almost blocked. And actually that was tipped by the Coyotes. It's a short, but it takes a Wildcat bounce over to the 36-yard line of the Wildcats. Almost a block there.
Yes, almost a block. And if that young man had let it roll some more, it would have gone another 5-10 yards. Good thing that he stopped the ball from rolling some more. The Carrizo Spring defense.
Yeah, it was, and the crowd is getting a little bit jazzed here. They're getting energetic. I can feel the palpitations under my feet.
Yes, and I have good news to report. You want to know what?
Is the Pack back?
No.
Huh.
The scoreboard is right now.
Oh, good. Yes, finally they fixed the scoreboard. It was 12-7, which confused the guy who doesn't do math well, me. And so it's 14-7, the correct score. 8:32 left in the third quarter. Coyotes have the ball at the 37-yard line, their own 37-yard line. Shotgun formation. Carnes looks at the blitz that might be coming, but they back off. The Wildcats do. Snap is off. Fake handoff to the running back. Carnes throws to the near side of the field at the 35-yard line. Across the 25 to the 20 to the 15 to the 10. 5. Touchdown. Jarrett Hernandez. Touchdown. Coyotes.
Oh my God. You know what? That ball took a long time to get there. Gave the defensive back enough time to react. He got there too late. He tried to go for the ball, and the number 0 just took off.
That was a 63-yard touchdown pass from Brody Carnes to Jarrett Hernandez, who skated across the sideline and just he shed his man. It was maybe a 5-yard out, 10-yard out, and just ran for the promised land. Coyotes are setting up for the extra point. Number 80 for the kick for the Coyotes. That is Sebastian Avila. Kicks the ball, and it is right through the uprights. It's 21-7 Coyotes. 8:23 left in the third quarter. Pops, what'd you see there?
I saw a kick that got through the uprights.
Right. We talked about how that kicking game, they chose to go in a 2-point conversion in the first touchdown, but yep, they got it all polished up. So we're going to take a commercial break. This is the Uvalde Coyote Pack broadcast, broadcasting only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Family owned and operated, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home was founded on one simple principle: service. With an all-new state-of-the-art facility, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home provides service at the highest level. Discover why Hillcrest is the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the Uvalde community. Call anytime at 830-333-3096 or find us on site at 424 Geraldine Street. Honor and celebrate life in a setting fit for remembering legends. Learn more at hillcrestmemorialfuneralhome.com.
Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net. Cushy lead somewhat for the Coyotes, 21-7 after a 63-yard touchdown pass from Brody Carnes to Jarrett Hernandez, number 0. Went untouched for about maybe 40 of those yards, but 8:23 left to go in the third quarter. Coyotes ready to set for the kickoff. What does the defense need to do to keep that momentum going, Pops?
Just keep the pedal to the metal, keep rushing them, keep putting on the pressure. Don't gamble and let them make the mistakes.
Damian Rivera with the kickoff over to the Wildcats. 10-5-yard line, bounces into the end zone for a touchback.
You know what, Al? That was a beautiful kick, and it was improvement. It's improving. I mean, he got that kick all the way to the 5-yard line, and then it went into the end zone.
Yeah, very fortunate bounce for him, and it was. I mean, we did talk about that on the way down from Uvalde to Carrizo Springs. We did talk about how the kicks were a little bit short, but I mean, it looks like Damian got that one exactly where it needed to be. So, because of the touchback, the Wildcats start at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, 8:23 left to go in the third quarter with the Coyotes up 21-7. What do you expect to see here, Pops?
They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to establish it. They have to try. If they don't, the defense is going to be on them, and
licking their chops.
There's no way they're going to be able to pass.
Shotgun formation for Evan Castellanos, the Wildcat quarterback. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Snap is off, fake the handoff, throws it to a slanting wide receiver for the Wildcats. It gets across the 50-yard line and fumbles the ball as soon as he crosses the 50-yard line. Looks like he got it back, though, so it looks like the ball is going to be placed at the Coyotes' 48-yard line.
Yes, it was down the middle. The pass was on spot. Number 23 popped it out. Unfortunately, it bounced to the other team.
27-yard gain for the Wildcats. Snap is off, handoff to the running back, number 8, up the middle for about a 3-yard gain, and that is number 8, Edward Moreno, for the Wildcats. Going to be a 2nd and 7 for Carrizo Springs.
The 2 tackles made an excellent stop, and they stopped it for a 4-yard gain.
Castellanos with a running back behind him in a pistol formation. Hands off to the running back again up the middle. Looks like the same play, different formation to Edward Moreno. Gets about maybe...
Lost a yard.
3rd down and 8 coming up for the Wildcats.
Again, number 79 for the Coyotes and number 75, I believe. No, 65. They just stuffed the run.
Yeah, number 65, Malachi Lotta. 7:26 left to go in the third quarter. 21-7 advantage Coyotes. 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats at the Coyotes' 45-yard line after a 27-yard pass from Castellanos to his wide receiver. Shotgun formation again, pistol formation again. Twins over to the near side of the field. Snap is off. Fake the handoff. Castellanos goes to the right side of the field. Finds a little bit of running room, but is only a 1-yard gain.
Number 79. Number 79, he is playing an excellent game.
That's Brian Troop, number 79, senior defensive lineman. So coming up for the Wildcats is a 4th and 6 at the Coyotes 44-yard line.
And they're going for it.
And they're going to go for it. So 6:42 left to go in the third quarter, 21-7. Again, if you're just joining us, the Coyotes scored 2 touchdowns at the latter end of the second quarter, sandwiched with a Evan Castellanos, the Wildcats quarterback, 55-yard touchdown run. But big 4th down here for the Wildcats, 4th and 6 at the Coyotes 44-yard line. Pistol formation once again. Man, he was thinking about going in motion, but it looks like there's going to be a timeout Wildcats. So there was confusion there, Pops.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take a commercial break while this timeout happens and the Wildcats try to polish up their stuff, button up their stuff. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply, who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with the salesman today.
Tune in to Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast with Al Ortiz, your play-by-play, and Simon Ortiz, your color commentator. Big 4th down for the Wildcats here at the Coyotes' 44-yard line. 4th down and 6. Shotgun formation, motion man over to the far side of the field. Quarterback, actually, Evan Castellanos, motions his his running back, takes a bootleg, finds a lot of running room, crosses the 35-30, 25-20, 15, and down to the 10-yard line for a long gain for the Wildcats. There was a lot of running room on that naked bootleg there.
Yes, there was. It was a good misdirection play. He faked to the inside. The defense didn't contain. Again, that was just a beautiful play. He has some wheels. This young man can run. Now we need to stop him right here. Bend and don't break.
Yep, absolutely. We did talk about his speed. You specifically talked about his speed and how he was carrying the team, and that's what's happening right now. It's a 1st and 10 at the Coyotes' 11-yard line. They can get another first down without scoring. 21-7, Uvalde Coyotes. 5:45 left in the third quarter. Coyotes need to stop here if they want to keep this nice lead, this 2-touchdown lead. The Wildcats break the huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage. Castellanos is under center with a single backfield. And it's going to be either a timeout, but there's a stoppage of play. And there's going to be another timeout, it looks like, by the Wildcats. I didn't know that they can call 2 timeouts on top of each other, but...
They did.
They did, yep. Actually, no, there was a penalty on the play. There was a penalty on the play. Okay, so that is a... Okay, so it was a false start. False start on the Wildcats. Ball is back now at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 1st and long for the Wildcats. The Wildcats can get to the 1-yard line and technically get a first down without scoring and get themselves a fresh set of downs. 5:29 left in the game, and now there is a timeout after that penalty. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You are listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Star Realty and Ranch Keller Williams invites you to join them as they cheer on our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes. Star Realty and Ranch are your premier real estate experts, and they're here to provide you with all the resources and information you need to buy or sell real estate. They work with buyers and sellers in the area and have had extensive training in order to provide you with top-of-the-line service. Call to find out more at 830-261-1970 or visit uvalderealty.com. Family owned and operated, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home was founded on one simple principle: service. With an all-new state-of-the-art facility, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home provides service at the highest level. Discover why Hillcrest is the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the Uvalde community. Call anytime at 830-333-3096 or find us on site at 424 Geraldine Street. Honor and celebrate life in a setting fit for remembering legends. Learn more at hillcrestmemorialfuneralhome.com.
There was some action here on the Coyote Pack broadcast while we were away. There was a little bit of gosh, I can't really see because there's a pylon, not a pylon, but there's a wall in front of me here, but there was actually no gain on the play. It was a quarterback run over to the near side of the field, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and long for the Wildcats here. Pops, I'm not going to take it over to you because they're breaking the huddle here and I had to rush there, but Evan Castellanos again under center, 2nd and long for the Wildcats. A pitch to the far side of the field to number 13. Number 13 tries to cut it upfield, and there's a flag on the play. It might be holding because it was a long pitch, but number 13, Joaquin Lita, found nothing but Coyotes on that left side.
They pitched it to the right the first time, and then they pitched it to the left on this play. Both times the Coyotes contained beautifully, and they stopped the play for no gain. And there's a holding call, and I think the coach is saying to take it.
Yep, and that's going to put them back 10 more yards. So this fresh set of downs started at the Coyotes' 11-yard line, but with that holding penalty and a false start penalty, that takes them back all the way, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coyotes' 25-yard line. So it's again a 2nd and long. They have to get to the 1-yard line for a first down.
It's 2nd and 25 to go. So the Coyotes need to just contain. They're going to have to start throwing the ball, and I don't know if they're going to be able to.
Well, let's see what happens here. The Wildcats break the huddle, head up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 running back to the left of Castellanos. Castellanos takes the snap and immediately is met in the backfield by a swarm of Coyotes trying to get out of it, but does nothing to get out of that trap right there. It looks like it's going to be a 7-yard loss on the play.
Well, you know what? I said they had needed to pass, and the coaches knew they needed to pass because they sent all out blitz. He didn't have a place to go.
Put a dump truck beeper, beep, 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 because this Wildcat offense is backing up ever since they reached the Coyotes' 11-yard line. The ball now is at the 33-yard line of the Coyotes, and they have a 3rd and 32 to go. They have to make it to the 1-yard line to get a first down and a fresh set of downs here. Wildcats are coming up to the line of the Coyotes are coming up to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, trips left, and it looks like the snap is going to be handled by Castellanos. Throws a deep ball over to the far side of the field, but nothing doing. And there's a flag on the play. No. It looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference on the Coyotes.
No. They isolated that tall young man on number 21 on is it number 21? 23, and they called pass interference. They both had.
Yeah, it did not look like it looked like a ticky-tack call right there. It looked like a design play for Carrizo. They just threw it up in the air and hoped for a defensive pass interference. And that's what they got, along with a fresh set of downs. Unfortunately.
Yes. Unfortunately, that pass was severely underthrown, and that defensive back had the right to be where he was, and. It was not well.
Well,
it was.
You can smell the home cooking up here in the press box. 3:26 left to go in the third quarter. Coyotes up 21-7. Fresh set of downs, unfortunately, for the Wildcats. Wildcats have the ball at the Coyotes' 18-yard line. Shotgun formation snap is on the way. Castellanos tries to move up the field, but runs into his center and gets only about a 2-yard gain there.
Yes, it was a busted play. His center was our defensive line is playing, lights out. They pushed that center all the way back, and he was in the way of the quarterback to try to run.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. Weird angle here, and we're trying to see exactly where the ball is placed here. The ball is placed actually at the 19-yard line. It looked like he lost a yardage there, so it's going to be a 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats here. A long way to go. They're still in the red zone, though. So.
Yes, they're in the red zone, but they've got a long way to go.
Yep, they do have a long way to go, and then the passing game has been getting a little bit better for the Wildcats here, and the Wildcats take the snap on the shotgun formation. Castellanos runs up the middle again and met by a couple of linebackers, including number 21, Justin Rendon. and it looks like it's going to be maybe about a 4-yard gain for the Wildcats. It could have been for a lot more had Justin Rendon not stepped up there.
3rd and 7, and they're gonna. They're down to their last timeout.
Yeah, it's 2:11 left to go in the third quarter, and the ball is placed on the 15-yard line. 3rd and 7 to go. Pops, you got to bear down, Ben, but don't break.
Yes, they are going to run. They're going to do. It's going to be an RPO. It's going to be an RPO, and they're going to try to get the first down.
All right, here we go. So the snap is off in a shotgun formation. Castellanos runs over to the far side of the field, trying to turn the corner. Turns up the field, trying to find that first down. Tries to cross the 10-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be a 4th down for the Wildcats, which they definitely will go for.
Yes, they will. They will, and it's just going to be on the defense to contain Castellanos. He is just taking off to the side, and he's so fast. They need to bear down on the ends.
Brian Troop coming out of the game, having himself quite of a game. The senior. The senior defensive lineman. And looks like the Wildcats are taking their time here because they want to call the right play. This is a big play for them that could get them back in the game. 4th and 3 for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Snap is off. Fake handoff to the running back. Castellanos throws it to the end zone, and it looks like it's going to be... And it's an interception. It is an incomplete pass. Contested ball. Great play by the defensive back there.
Number 25 came in. He had it in his hands, and he just knocked it out of his hands.
Yep, and that was a great heads-up play by Frank Salazar, the senior defensive back. And now the Coyotes get
the ball back.
Fresh set of downs, baby. All right, well, the Coyotes are going to start this drive at the 10-yard line, and the crowd is just loving this resiliency from this Coyotes defense. There's a couple people standing, clapping for them as they walk off the field. Just amazing support from the fans here.
50 seconds to go. We need to just march down the field.
Yep, 58 seconds left in the third quarter. 21-7 advantage Coyotes. Coyotes have the ball at their own 10-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Coyotes. Brody Carnes looking over the defense, scanning the defense to see if he can find anything that he can exploit. Tries to look over to the near side of the field, decides to tuck it and run, and runs over to the 13-yard line for about a 3-yard gain there.
They had a stunt coming in, number 34 on the left-hand side. He stunted it from the left. There was nobody to block him. Brody didn't have any chance to throw.
Yeah, and actually, Brody is hurrying up the offense just a little bit. It's a controlled hurry up, actually. He's looking over at the sideline to his coaches, looks at his play, his wrist band for his plays that are listed on there. Shotgun formation, takes the snap, does a little bit of an option pitch over to number 22. Number 22, Jaden cuts up the field to cross to the 30-yard line. Close to the 30-yard line, 29-yard line. Fresh set of downs. That is a First State Bank first down for the Coyotes.
That's right. It was a beautiful play. It was an option pitch out, and Brody just played it perfectly.
Yep, and he read the defensive end. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, right?
Yep.
All right.
He sure did.
All right, so fresh set of downs for the Coyotes. First down and 10 at the 30-yard line. 12 seconds left to go in the third frame of this football game. The opener for the Uvalde Coyotes. 21-7. The Coyotes are up on the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play. Next to me is my color commentator, Simon Pops Ortiz. All right, and actually, what we thought was going to be a play, the ref blows the whistle dead and is going to discuss something with his fellow referee at the line of scrimmage. What do you think they're talking about?
Well, I think they're trying to decide where they're going to go eat after the game here in Carrizo.
Yeah, we're good community members. I mean, they should come up and have something at Skyway Entertainment restaurants like Broadway 3 or something like that, one of our sponsors.
We're in Carrizo, Al.
Yeah, I know, but they can come up. We'll welcome them with open arms. Open arms, right? They're all wearing maroon for us. Okay. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes.
They all the concession stand people. I thought that there's some Uvalde people came down the concession stand.
I'm looking across the way at the home stands, and look at all the maroon.
It's all maroon. There's hints of purple, obviously, because they have, some glow sticks. The Frank Carter Stadium sign up top of their press box on the home side is lit up in purple. But for all intents and purposes, this is all maroon. It's just amazing that they came together as a community to show their support for us.
Thank you, Carrizo. Thank you for your support. Now let's get back to football.
All right, so it looks like a shotgun formation for Brody Carnes. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, and again, another whistle. the Coyotes offensive line stands up and, looking around, not sure what's going on here. The refs need to get a handle on this game. I don't know exactly what they're talking about. They don't have a mic, and they're not telling us anything. So, far cry from what we see at the Honey Bowl, honestly. So, all right, here we go. It looks like it's going to be a shotgun formation. Again, 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Wildcats showing blitz. They back off. They do back off the blitz. Brody Carnes throws over to the near side of the field. It's going to be a long ball at the 40-yard line. Again with Jared Hernandez, number 0, crosses the 30-yard line into Wildcat territory for a huge chunk of yardage. It's going to be at the 29-yard line.
They had good pressure on Brody. When he threw the ball, they hit him. The ball was short, and 0 was able to adjust to the ball. The defensive back did not adjust to the ball, so it was a great play by number 0.
Jarrett Hernandez, number 0, the wide receiver for the Coyotes, having himself a heck of a game. Brody Carnes also finding Jarrett. They have a good chemistry they got going on. Looks like it's going to be a timeout on the field.
End of the quarter.
Oh, end of the quarter. Thank you, Pops. I appreciate that. It's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to go into the final frame in just a second, but we're going to take a quick commercial break before that happens. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Texas Farm Store backs up pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
All right, that's this is the start of the fourth quarter, the fourth and final quarter, unless it goes into overtime. But the Coyotes are up 21-7 and do have the ball after I believe it was a 40-yard pass, approximately, from Brody Carnes to Jared Hernandez, who's having a heck of a game so far, including a 63-yard touchdown. 12 minutes at the start of the fourth quarter, 21-7 Coyotes. Coyotes have the ball at the Wildcat 29-yard line. Offense is looking at the sideline, looking to their coaches to see what exactly the play is going to be called. Coach gives the signal. Brody Carnes relays that signal to his offensive line, checks the defense, and signals for the ball. Snap is off. Brody Carnes with a one-step drop back, throws over to the far side of the field for a streaking wide receiver, but overthrows Jared Hernandez. It might have well. He probably just threw that one away.
Yeah, he did. No, and the thing is that the defensive back had position, and there was no way that he could get the ball over the defensive back, so he just threw it away.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Brody Carnes, number 12, your starting quarterback for the Uvalde Coyotes. 2nd and 10 for Uvalde at the 29-yard line of the Wildcats. They're up 21-7, the Coyotes are. Only 6 seconds have ticked off the clock here, so a lot of game left to play. If the Coyotes score here, they are in good position to get a win in their first game of the season. All right, it looks like the Coyotes are in shotgun formation again, with 2 wide receivers over to the far side of the field, end around, handoff to the number 1. Jonathan Jimenez turns the corner. There's a flag on the play, but Jonathan Jimenez turns the corner and gets up to the 10-yard line nonetheless. But let's see what the flag is. Pops, what do you think it is?
It is holding on the wide receiver on the left-hand side. He had to hold his block, and he held it, but the ref said that it was the back judge thought that it was holding.
Yeah, that flag came in from the defensive backfield.
Yep. It did. He was looking at the wide receiver, and he held his block. He didn't hold. He had a good block, but the ref thought it was too long of a block, and he hit the flag. All
right. So it looks like the ball is going to be placed at the Coyotes' at the Wildcats' 37-yard line. 11:43 left in the game. And it looks like Brody Carnes is going to be coming to the huddle. Pops, it's 2nd and 18 here. What do they need to do?
They need to get 10 yards out. They need to get a little closer. It has to be a timing play. It has to be a timing either clear the field and let an in and out play. That's what they need. It's going to be a pass.
All right, so it is going. Let's see if it's going to be a pass. It is indeed a pass. Carnes chucks it over to the far side of the field for a 10 and out. It looks like to Jared Hernandez. It looks like it was a 5 and out, actually, and the ball is going to be spotted at the Wildcat 32-yard line. They got back to the original line of scrimmage, though.
More or less. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
Actually, no, they didn't. It was a 5-yard out, actually, so they picked up. It is a 3rd and 13.
Yes. Yes, 3rd and 13. And you know what? That was a positive play. They needed to get closer so that they could have several plays to choose from. Let's see what they do now.
Even though it's a 3rd and 13, it's not 3rd and 18, so it's not exactly manageable, but it's a little bit closer. They chipped away, and that's what you said that they should do.
They get 8 yards, they can try a 4th and 5.
All right, number 22, Jaden Gonzalez in the backfield with Brody Carnes, 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Snap is off, fake handoff to Jaden, and it looked like they were trying to do a wide receiver screen, and it's picked off by number 52 of the Wildcats, and he advances it over to the Coyotes' 40-yard line. Turnover, Coyotes, interception.
Yeah, they had the right play. It was a screen. They just didn't they didn't hold the block on the interior line long enough to give Brody a time to throw the ball, and it was tipped and caught by the same man that tipped the ball.
Yeah, and Jacob Cruz, the middle linebacker for the Wildcats, read that play really well, stepped back, and was able to tip that ball up, caught it, and advanced it to the Coyotes' 41-yard line. Now the tides have turned. The Wildcats have the ball. All right, turnover. What does the defense have to do to kind of shake that off and get back in the game?
They just have to focus on their keys and keep containment on number 1. They need to keep containment on the quarterback. He's the only player that's hurting the Coyotes at this time.
All right, Evan Castellanos is that quarterback for the Wildcats. Again, 10:21 left in the game. Coyotes up 21-7. Could have made it a little bit more difficult for the Wildcats, but they did get a turnover on that interception. Snap is off. Castellanos with a 2-step drop back. Whistle is blown. Looks like a false start on the Wildcats here.
Yes, looks like the Wildcats are having first game jitters, and it's costing them. It really is costing them.
That's about the 4th or 5th false start that we've seen out of this offensive line for the Wildcats. But you talked to Coach Miller, and he said that they like to blitz a lot, and so maybe these Wildcat offensive linemen have seen some film.
A little bit, and they're anticipating and they're moving too soon.
Yeah, so here we go. It is 1st down and 15 for the Wildcats at the Uvalde 46-yard line. Castellanos with the play action, with the snap and shotgun formation, throws it to the far side of the field, finds a wide receiver at the 38-yard line, and it's going to be a upcoming 2nd down and about 8.
It was a good play. It was a sprint out. It didn't give a chance for the rush to get there.
All right, shotgun formation, no running backs in the backfield, no step drop back. It's going to be a wide receiver screen. Wide receiver drops the ball, number 13. The Coyotes are contesting that it was not behind the line of scrimmage, so no fumble, and it's down on the play. So no yard gain. No yard gain.
It looked like a backwards pass?
Yeah.
But they didn't rule it that way.
No, it looked like that way. Again, we have some weird angles here. It looked like that to us, but again, we are a little bit biased being the Coyotes' home broadcast. All right, Pops, a 3rd down and 8, a big 3rd down and 8 if the Coyotes want to kind of get them off the field at least. And
it's key. It's key that they do a no gain, because 4th and 7 is going to be a lot harder than 4th and 3 or 4th and 4.
21-7 advantage Coyotes. 9:42 left in the game. Motion man over to the far side of the field. That's number 13 for the Wildcats. And looks like Castellanos is going to keep the ball after looking he was going to initially pass. Finds a lot of running room after dancing around a couple of Coyotes defenders and gets the 1st down, down to the Coyotes' 28-yard line.
He's hurt.
Yep, he is. He is. Sorry about the pause here. We don't like it when any student gets hurt. He looks like he's walking a little gingerly, running a little gingerly. He initially went over to the coaches on the sideline, then he came back to the huddle.
Yes. All that running out, it's wearing down on his body.
He might have had a cramp or something. It's really hot out here, really humid.
Could be too.
Yeah. So shotgun formation, no running backs in the backfield. Castellanos throws it over to the near side of the field. Number 13 again drops the pass. That's Joaquin Lira, another wide receiver screen that failed.
Yes, it was a quick pass. I think he's fatigued, and the pass was off mark. It was not accurate, and he couldn't catch it.
Yeah, and that might be a product of him being a little bit hurt there.
Yes, or cramped up.
Or cramped up, exactly.
Yes.
All right, 9:08 left in the game. 21-7 Coyotes. Ball is at the 29-yard line of the Coyotes, and it looks like Castellanos is going to take the snap and shotgun again. Throws it to the far side of the field to his wide receiver. Wide receiver dances up the sideline. A flag is down on the field, but crosses the 20-yard line. Does the Wildcats wide receiver? At the moment, it looks like it's going to be a first down, but let's see what that flag is. What do you think, Pops?
I think it was a block in the back when the young man was trying to tackle the receiver. But let's see what they call.
All right, let's see what the referees call here. It looks like it's going to be a block in the back. You called it, Pops, or should I say Romo?
No.
It is going to be a penalty on the Wildcats. The ball marches back once again. Let's see where they place the ball. That's going to be at the Coyotes' 37-yard line. It's going to be second and about 18 for the Wildcats. The Wildcats were in the same position a long time ago. Do you expect them to just chuck up the ball and hope for a defensive pass interference again?
They're going to try. They're going to have to pass, and it's going to be tough because the Coyotes are going to be waiting for that.
Yeah, 8:52 left in the game. 21-7 Uvalde. Shotgun formation snap by Castellanos, finds a wide receiver screen over the middle. Number 12 crosses the 30 over to the 25 of the Coyotes for a substantial gain, and it's going to be it's going to be the 24-yard line, 25-yard line. And they're going to be facing a third down and about 4 right here. So, Pops, third down, another key third down here for the Wildcats.
What the Wildcats are doing, they're throwing timing plays across the middle, trying to get the Coyotes off balance, and they're succeeding to some extent.
Well, number 12, who just had that long catch, is limping over here gingerly over to the near side of the field. That's number 12, Julian Ains. And actually, Julian Ains is back in the game. Be that as it may, Castellanos takes the snap, runs over to the far side of the field, crosses the 15-yard line for a Wildcat first down. Fresh set of downs over here.
Yes, he did. It was just a sprint out, and he just took it and said, "I'm going to go to the first down marker and get the first down."
Yeah, and that was pure will by Castellanos. And number 12, Julian Ains, who left the game in the first half, is actually back in the game, still limping and showing a lot of toughness here, and very, very admirable. But let's hope that if he's seriously hurt, he needs to go back to that sideline. We don't want people to be getting hurt further because of that. Looks like there is some pause on the field right now, and the referees are conferring at the moment, talking to a defensive back in the Coyotes' backfield. They are. What do you think's going on here, Pops?
They're checking him to see if he's okay. I think they might think he might be hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, because they did pause play for a little bit. And now it looks like they're going to line up again. I wish the refs had some way to communicate with us in the crowd here. But shotgun formation for Castellanos, throws. So another wide receiver screen to Ains. Ains catches the ball. Actually, he dropped the ball, and the play is blown dead for no gain.
Yeah, that ball took a crazy bounce. He grabbed the ball. He dropped it. It came right back up to him, but it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get Ains back into the mix here. Second down and 10 for the Wildcats. 7:48 left to go in the game. 21-7 advantage Coyotes. The Wildcats are in the red zone with the ball on the Coyotes' 17-yard line, so 17 yards away from the score. Shotgun formation for the Wildcats. 3 wide receivers. Trips right for the Wildcats. No running backs in the backfield for Castellanos. Castellanos with a 2-step dropback has plenty of time, throws it to the far side of the field for a wide open wide receiver, but just out of bounds, out of the back of the end zone. Close call for the Coyotes.
Very, very close call. It was the ball was just too far out. He couldn't put his at least 1 foot down.
Yeah, and that's in high school you just need 1 foot. But Pops, they're doing an empty backfield every time. They're doing trips to the right or to the left with 2 wide receivers. They're doing 5 wide receiver sets. Why do you think that is?
They're trying to spread out the defense so that Castellanos can have some room to run if he can't find an open man.
So it is time in the game, 7:43 left in the game. Do you think they're abandoning the run at this point? It's all going to be passes.
At this point at where they are at in the field, they're trying to give him some running room.
Well, let's see if the Coyotes pin their ears back and blitz. They do not. Just a 2-step drop back by Castellanos, throws to the near side of the field, and again with an incomplete, but there's a flag at the back of the end zone. You can't tell me again it's a pass interference or a defensive holding on that backfield for the Coyotes.
I'm afraid it is, Al. They ran a crossing pattern, and it wasn't even to the defense. The receiver that was going for the ball, it was another receiver that they said that the Uvalde Coyotes had interfered with.
So again, a third and long for the Wildcats turns into a flag on the play. But actually, they might have picked up the flag because they're not moving the chains at all, Pops. Well, let's see. Yep, okay, now they are. It was a delayed moving of the chains, so it is going to be 1st and goal. But another heave with a 3rd and long, or a 4th and long, that they were bailed out with a defensive pass interference or defensive holding. So
very questionable call. I mean, I can smell the menudo from up here.
some home cooking for you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Carrizo springs with the ball at the 3-yard line. Shotgun formation for Castellanos with the snap. He's flushed out over to the near side of the field. A lot of Coyotes trying to get him. Found a wide receiver in the end zone, but the wide receiver, that ball went right through the wide receiver. And there's some tussling going on between number 79 and number 52 of the Wildcats. That's number 52 of the Wildcats, Matthew Cruz, and number 79, Brian Troop. They looked like they were fighting there, and a flag was thrown.
Well, let's see what they call. No, I think they picked it up. Or hold on, let me see.
Yep, offsetting penalties for fighting there. It looks like, yep.
They're going to replay the down.
Yep. Looks like it was like a little bit of misconduct there on both sides, so they're going to replay the down there. Yeah, I mean, Pops, talk about that play there that just happened.
The play, we stopped them, and that was a good stop. And if they'd have kept their number 79 kept his concentration, it would have been a plus.
All right, 2nd down, and the whistles blow again after Castellanos takes the snap in the shotgun. It looked like there was only 2 seconds left on the play clock, so they were rushing to get that snap off, and the referees, I don't know what they're doing. They
blew the play dead, and they gave
him a chance. I don't know if nobody called a timeout. Shotgun formation again for Castellanos. He has been under center a couple of times. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to the running back. Is met with 3 Coyotes, but evades pressure. Runs up the field to the far side of the field and just does a Houdini and crosses the goal line for a Wildcat touchdown.
Yes, he is a strong. He's not only fast, he's strong. They had him in the backfield. One Coyote grabbed him. He got out of that. Another one grabbed him. He got out of that, and then he just took off.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an elusiveness that really only a couple of football players can possess. But he did get that touchdown there for the Wildcats. So it's going to be a 14-20, or actually right now it's 13-21 advantage Coyotes still, but the Wildcats are setting up for this extra kick. Let's see if they can tack on the extra point. Snap is off, kick is up, and blocked by the Coyotes. Let's see if they scoop it up. Ball is petering over to the sideline, recovered by the Coyotes, but they can't advance the ball as they dove on it, down automatically. So it's going to be 13-21 Pops. That's going to be key towards the end of the game here.
That is key. That is key because if it goes to this, if we do not get a touchdown, then they would have to score, not only score but do a 2-point conversion. But we should not wait for that. Coyotes need to bear down, and they need to just drive it, use up the clock, and score.
Speaking of the clock, it is 7:23 left to go in the game. You did call for a close game. We're going to take a 30-second commercial break. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality, comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Welcome back. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net. 7:23 left to go in the game. We have a game. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the Wildcats scored out from about 10 yards. It was an elusive run by Castellanos. The Wildcats quarterback was facing a lot of Coyotes in the backfield, but got out of trouble and crossed over to the far side of the field across the goal line. So 21-13 Coyotes. Lining up for the kickoff is the Wildcats, and the kick is away at the 40-yard line, and they actually might be kicking this over. It was a short kick and a knee taken by the Coyotes returner. That's number 29 of the Coyotes, Gabriel Loralde. I mean, honestly, Pops, it was only like maybe a 25-yard kickoff.
It was a hybrid, one of those offside kicks. And number 29 had very heads-up play. He just called for a free catch, and he got the Coyotes some good field position. A
little extra credit there after the play, too. After he knelt the ball, a couple of Wildcats came in and shoved him a little bit. So might be getting a little chippy here to end the game, but hopefully they can keep their calm, keep their poise, and not do anything that's going to cause a penalty that's going to set them back.
Yes.
All right. So it looks like Carnes is again getting ready to start this drive at the 35-yard line of the Coyotes. Snap is off. Hand off to Jaden. Jaden cuts up the middle. Someone lost a helmet, but crosses up to the 42-yard line of the Coyotes there. Jaden Gonzalez on the run there.
That was a good play. It produced 5 yards, and it ate up the clock.
Augie Aviles coming into the game, substituting for Taylor Massey. That's the 2 H-backs. Number 24 coming into the game. That's Roy Lopez. And substituting for number 81, actually. Number 81, that's Daniel Bettis. So there's some substitutions that are made here. Coach Wade Miller trying to find the right formula here on this big drive for the Coyotes. 6:43 left in the game. 41 on the 41-yard line. Ball is on. Second and 5 for the Coyotes. Hand off to number 22, Jaden Gonzalez runs up the middle, heads over to the sideline, crosses over to the 35 of the Wildcats.
They called a holding on the Coyotes in the middle of the line. Number 52 seems to be a little hurt.
Yeah. I think 52 is he's holding his face mask there. The penalty negates what would have been a 25-yard run by Jaden Gonzalez. Number 52, of course, is Joshua Ibarra of the Coyotes. That is the junior offensive line. I think they're checking his eye or his face or something of that nature. Pops, what do you think?
I think that he got poked in the eye. Well, I don't know, but it looks like he got poked in the eye. I hope the young man is okay.
Yeah, and it is indeed a holding penalty. They're advancing the ball 10 yards back for the Coyotes, so it's going to be a 2nd and 15 for the Coyotes. Go ahead, Pops.
The Coyotes need to do a positive play. They need to get 8 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, something to get it closer so that they can try for a first down on third down.
So it was a 10-yard penalty. It was a 2nd and 5. Now a 2nd and 15. 6:12 left to go in the game. 21-13 advantage Coyotes. The crowd is egging on this team, trying to get them to muster something up and run the clock. Pitch off to number 80. Snap is off. Pitch off to number 80. Running over, trying to find a corner to the near side of the field. It's going to be a 3rd and 11. So we got 4 yards on the play.
4 yards on the play. We've got a very important down to go here. Let's get something. It's going to have to be a good pass. He's not going to have very much time. They're going to be bringing the kitchen sink on him.
What do you think? A slant pass or a long down the sideline? What do you think, Pops?
I think he needs a sprint out.
Mm-hmm.
Sprint out so that he can get some room to throw.
5:25 left in the game. 21-13. The energy is palpable here at Frank Carter Stadium in Carrizo Springs. Trips right for the Coyotes, and the refs blow the whistle because it's a timeout. We're going to take a timeout ourselves, and this is the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas broker.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
There was a little bit of action when we were away. There was a shotgun from Brody Carnes. Carnes rolled out to the far side of the field and through to the far side of the field to a streaking number 1, Jonathan Jimenez. Looked like there was some contact, and the Coyotes would have gotten flagged for that. The Coyotes have gotten flagged for contact by defensive backs, but they did not call it on the Carrizo Springs Wildcats there.
It was, the manula's starting to get. I mean, it's almost ready.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Now, we want to be fair to the referees because they are here. It's their own time, and we really appreciate them. It just doesn't seem like the game has been called consistently. But in any case, punt formation for the Coyotes here. Snap is off. Punt is away on the 4th down and 10. Nobody over to receive the punt, actually. The Wildcats didn't send anybody over there. And then the ball is going to bounce and be downed at the Wildcats' 36-yard line there.
Yes, they were going for the block. They didn't care about returning the ball. They thought that maybe if they didn't block it, it was not going to go too far.
Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense. There's only 5 minutes left in the game. It's 21-13. They're trying to get good field position, maybe running it back that block for a touchdown. So it was good strategy on the Wildcats' part. What does the Coyotes defense need to do here to dig in their heels? There's only 5 minutes to go, Pops.
This is gut check time, Al. This is the time that everybody needs to just reach down deep inside and make sure that you keep number one from breaking containment.
Yeah, Evan Castellanos, the quarterback, trips over to the right side, takes the snap, has plenty of time, throws over the middle of the field, and is almost caught by his receiver at the Coyotes' 48-yard line. But good coverage by number 25 of the Coyotes, and that is Frank Salazar.
Number 64 applied excellent pressure. In fact, I thought that he was being held, but the refs can't see everything.
Yeah, right, of course. Yeah, we need to lay on them. This is a student-focused show. We don't want to lay into the refs here. We're just giving them a hard time in a lighthearted manner. But that was Rylan Diaz, number 64, with the pressure. Evan Castellanos goes up to the line of scrimmage, trips right for the Wildcats. Snap is off. Castellanos rolls over to his right side, but then shifts over to his left side. Tries to find a man down the field, looking, tucks in, runs, crosses the 50 to the 47-yard line for a Wildcats first down.
There was a flag on the play, and it was holding on Carrizo, I believe. No, it's not.
Let's see what happens here. The refs are still conferring. There was a flag on the field. I don't know if they picked it up. The head judge is conferring with the referee.
It's still on the field.
Yep, and after some deliberation, they picked up the flag.
Nope.
All right. So it's
No, they did not.
Oh, no. Okay, perfect. It looked like they were going to down the ball and actually snap the ball at the 48-yard line where that previous play ended up, but they indeed pick up the ball and are taking it back to the original line of scrimmage and then walking back about 10 yards.
The side judge was the referee that threw the flag, and the back judge had not seen that he had thrown the flag. So he was just trying to get the play going.
Tight game here for the Uvalde Coyotes. 4:41 left in the game in this first regular season game for the Coyotes. Their season opener here in Carrizo Springs, Texas at Frank Carter Stadium. 4:34 left in the game. Coyotes up 21. Wildcats 13 with the ball at the 32-yard line of the Wildcats. So they have quite a ways to go, but a lot of time. Motion man over to the near side of the field. Coyotes showed blitz. Plenty of time for Castellanos. Castellanos heaves the ball to no one in particular to the Coyotes' 40-yard line.
Yes, the number 13, their wide receiver, went in. He threw it out. Oh, no good.
Can't have any miscommunication here this late in the game, especially in such a tight game. A key thing here to remember is that the Wildcats, after the Wildcats' last touchdown, they attempted a field goal, and that field goal was blocked, so it's 21-13. Even if the Wildcats score here, they have to go for a 2-point conversion to tie up the game, which is no gimme, right, Pops?
No gimme at all. And this is gonna be a tough down. It's key for the Coyotes to stop them.
Key third down and 15 for the Wildcats. 4:17 left to go. Snap is away. Castellanos rolls over to his left side, throws to a wide receiver at the 45-yard line. Another flag is down. Let's see if that's against the Coyotes or the Wildcats.
It's holding against the Carrizo.
Yep, and you can see the Uvalde Coyotes coaches and players clapping here. They're declining the penalty here because they want to give them that 4th and 15 here because it was an incomplete pass. Smart move by the coaches.
Very smart move. Very smart move. Put the pressure on them to make a 4th down and 15.
Well, Coach Wade Miller did tell you, what does he like to do on defense a lot?
Pressure. Is it 4th down or 3rd down?
It's 3rd down, actually. Okay, so it is 4th down. Chain gang might be in on it. All right, 4th down and 15 for the Wildcats here at the 32-yard line of the Wildcats. 4:16 left to go. Clock is ticking away. They have a ways to go, and it's 4th down and 15. 21-13 Coyotes. Pops, what do you see here?
I see the defensive backfield needs to know where the 1st down marker is and stay in behind those defensive wide receivers.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout because I think the Wildcats took a timeout here. It's a big play for them. They want to get all their ducks in a row. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net. It looks like the Wildcats are going to punt the ball here, so they're not going to go for it unless there is a fake punt. That is always a possibility. They are going to punt the ball away. There is no fake. Ball sails over to the 30, takes a Wildcat bounce all the way down to the 17-yard line of the Wildcats.
Excellent punt. That was... in Uvalde, the Coyotes didn't have a returner back there. They wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be a fake punt, so they didn't have a returner back there, so it was able to roll.
Got to take the good with the bad there. Smart strategy, but it did end up with the ball rolling over down to the Coyotes' 17-yard line. So that's where they'll start with 4:06 left in the game in their season opener against the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. 21-13. The Coyotes are looking to do what here, Pops?
Run out the clock. They need to run out the clock. They need to do that dive RPO where Brody will take the ball, and if it's open, he'll take it and do a sweep.
All right, Twins over to the right side. Brody in shotgun, takes the snap, runs up the middle, tries to find some running room on the left-hand side, gets about maybe a 3-yard gain for a 2nd and 7 coming up.
It was supposed to be an RPO with a dive, but the ball was a little high, so the timing was off. He couldn't fake it to the running back, so he just followed the running back in the middle of the line.
Number 20, Abraham Ale coming in for the game, replacing Jaden Gonzalez. 3:40 left in this game on a warm Carrizo Springs night here at Frank Carter Stadium. 3:36, like I said, left in the game. 21-13 Coyotes, and like Pop said, need to bleed out the clock. Pops, what do you...
The quarterback switch, number 8 is in.
And good call there, because honestly, when Chris Rodriguez is in there, there's only really one thing they're going to do, and what is that, Pops?
They're going to run the ball.
And the snap is off, but the whistle is blown dead. Timeout, Uvalde, and we will be right back with a 30 to 1 minute timeout. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast. Only on UvaldeRadio.net.
To Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply, who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with the salesman today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially crunch time. 3:12 left in the game. Coyotes up 21-13 with the ball at the 17-yard line. Chris Rodriguez in at quarterback, takes the snap, tries to plug his way up the middle, but stopped at the 20-yard line there. And actually, that's where the ball was initially. So really no gain. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Coyotes.
It was just a straight, we're going to come at you, we're going to go down the middle, and they got maybe a yard.
Yeah, and actually, they did get a little bit of a yard. It was a good spot for the Coyotes. 3rd and 7, 2:47 left on the clock. Third and 7, Pops. If you're Coach Wade Miller, what do you want to do here?
I want to do another RPO. If it's open, let the running back try to get the first down. If not, have the quarterback do a sweep.
Well, it looks like Chris Rodriguez is staying in the game with number 20. Abraham Ale still in the game. Snap is taken by Rodriguez. Rodriguez tries to get to the corner, finds a little bit of running, fumbles the ball, but picked up by a Coyotes offensive lineman. Scary moment for the Coyotes, and actually that ball was picked up by number 88, Augie Aviles, who might have saved the game for the Coyotes there.
That was a good hit that they had on the quarterback, and it just popped out. But good thing the Coyotes were able to recover the ball.
Heads-up play by Aviles, huh?
Yes, definitely.
And that's exactly what you need to do. That's the difference between winning and losing here. 1:55 left in the game, and it looks like the Coyotes are going to send out their punt formation. It is 4th and 3 for the Coyotes here, maybe 4th and 4.
The clock is running. It's 1:46.
And that's what they do. I think that's what they wanted to do. They weren't passing. They were running the ball. They're milking the clock. 1:39 left in the game. 21-13 Coyotes. Wildcats need to mount up something here if they want to get back into the game. Punt is away. Punt sails over to the 45 to the 50. Crosses back again to the 45-yard line. The Wildcat return man thought he wanted to get it, then got away from that thing like a hot potato.
47-yard line now. I think the Coyotes need to just hold on. They're not going to be able to throw very, very much. It's going to be containing number 1. He's going to try to put it on his shoulders and do those sweeps where he gets to the sidelines and gets home.
And actually, the ball is placed at the 43-yard line. Not as easy as it looks, huh?
Nope.
The ball is placed at the 43-yard line. You correct me too, by the way.
Yes.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 1:22 left in the game. 21-13. It's technically a one-score game, but if the Wildcats score here, they need to get a 2-point conversion to tie it up at 21. Be that as it may, the Wildcats here for their final drive, what may be their final drive. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. Castellanos takes the snap, and a blitz comes up the middle. Number 21 himself, Justin Rendon, the special number 21, came in on a blitz and absolutely just shot through that offensive line there.
They had him dead to center, and he just threw the ball into the ground, and it looked like there wasn't an eligible receiver anywhere near, but the refs didn't call it. So.
Yeah, Castellanos just threw the ball away. It is 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Clock is stopped. 1:17 left in the game. And the Wildcats get a flag, it looks like.
Yep.
The referee was in the Wildcats huddle. Some things were said, don't know what they were, and then he tossed a flag up in the air. Not sure what that was about.
I don't know. It might have been the ineligible receiver or no receiver in the area.
They probably discussed it afterwards because you did say that there was no receiver in the area when Castellanos threw that ball away. So it's going to be a 2nd and maybe about 18 for the Wildcats. 21-13, 1:17 left to go in the game. Again, the Wildcats behind the chains here. Trips right for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation. Castellanos takes the snap. 3-step drop back. Throws over the middle of the field, deep down the middle of the field, over to the 40-yard line, and nice coverage by the Coyotes defender. It looks like the Wildcat defender wanted the flag, didn't get it.
Number 25. Our number 25, he did an excellent job in breaking up that pass.
That's Frank Salazar, the senior defensive back, with the great coverage. It would have been a substantial gain for the Wildcats. Took a shot down the field to the Coyotes 40, incomplete nonetheless. 3rd and 18 for the Wildcats. Maybe their last chance here. A couple chances. They might go for it on 4th down, but it's 1:11 left on the clock. 21-13. Pops, what do you think they do here?
Coyotes up.
Yep,
yes.
Coyotes up, yes.
Yes, it's going to be a pass. It's going to be to the flat. They're going to try to get somebody loose.
All right.
Oh, there's 2 people moving.
Yeah, there's two people in motion. Castellanos takes the snap, rolls over to the far side of the field looking for a man and does not find him. It was an out route by number 13 of the Wildcats. That is Joaquin Lira. Nothing doing, incomplete pass, 4th and 18 coming
Number
up.
23 for the Coyotes did an excellent job in making sure that he was not going to get that back.
Clock is ticking, as the great Chris Berman would used to say, tick, 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 tick. 1:06 left in the clock is stopped right now, but for all intents and purposes, it is ticking for the Wildcats. 1:06 left to go. 21-13 advantage Coyotes, and it's 4th and 18 for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. I mean, they have to chuck it up here, don't they?
Here he goes.
Well, okay, run up the middle for Castellanos. Castellanos trying to find some room, trying with all his might, trying to cross the 40, stuffed by the Coyotes, and that is going to be a turnover on downs at the Wildcats 37-yard line.
And that is the ball game.
That is going to be the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Coyotes can kneel it from here on out. The Wildcats have 0 timeouts. 54 seconds left. 21-13 advantage Coyotes. They just need to kneel the ball from here on out.
You know what, Al?
What's that?
The menudo got overcooked.
Yeah, and then maybe have a little cheese on it too, right, Pumps?
That's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't know what's going on here. It looks like the coaches are meeting with the referees at the center of the field.
Somebody's a little hurt, maybe? One of the
I
refs?
don't see a Coyote down.
No, the ref.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, they're checking on the referee. 54 seconds left in the game. The Coyotes stop the Wildcats on their last chance to tie the game. And looks like the Coyotes are going to take this one. It's 21-13 advantage Coyotes. Wildcats have no timeouts, so the Coyotes can kneel the ball. Pops, how much does this win mean for this community?
Oh, my God. You tell me. No. It was hard fought, and it was so important that we win this game, and the young men came forward. They just came through. They did it.
A lot of heart by these Coyotes. They would come off the field and they would gesture to the crowd, getting them pumped up. I mean, they just showed so much heart today, and it paid off.
Yep.
21-13 is going to be the final score unless something bizarre happens, but Brody Carnes is under shotgun formation. I mean, I guess they don't practice, under center snaps, so he might take the shotgun and take a kneel here. I don't see anything else that might happen. So
yeah, but how do you do a kneel down from a shotgun?
And you might risk this sailing over his head. The center, the center has been pretty spot on his snaps for Brody Carnes, and the center is Fivel Sanchez, number 75. But you hate to see.
They're used to it. Let's do it.
All right.
Have to do it.
Would you do it?
No.
Okay. Number 88 comes out, Augie Aviles, who might have saved the game. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the postgame. Snap does go into the shotgun, and Brody Carnes takes a knee. Clock is ticking away. 48 seconds left until a Coyotes win, and they're going to be undefeated. Who want to know?
Yes. Two more plays to 2 more kneel downs, and it will be over.
Yep, and here we go, and the Coyotes again. Victory formation, we like to call it, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's a victory formation.
Another snap by Brody Carnes, steps up twice and takes another knee.
Yeah.
27 seconds, and that's the end of it. They're going to let this clock click all the way down. The Coyotes come away victorious in week 1 of their 2022 season. The kids must be having their hearts full right now, especially with everything going on in this community. They win 21-13. Pops, you're a former Coyote. I am not. What does this mean to you?
It means that the Pack is back, baby.
Pack is back, baby. A nice show of sportsmanship. The Coyotes are lining up to, kind of in that formation where they said they have both teams line up and give each other high fives. So, final score from Carrizo Springs at Frank Carter Stadium: 21 Coyotes, 13 Wildcats. The Coyotes win their season opener. We're going to take a quick break, but stick with us. We're going to do a little bit of a post game, and we're going to just dissect what exactly happened on the field and what the Coyotes can build off of in their next game. I'm Al Ortiz as your play-by-play. This is Simon Ortiz, my color commentator on my right. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
Does your health have you on the sidelines? With over 20 specialty services, Uvalde Memorial Hospital has the winner's playbook of healing. Whether it's orthopedics, oncology, pain management, podiatry, radiology, or rehabilitation, Team UMH can offer you the quality comprehensive health care you need to get back in the game of life. Call us today to learn more at 830-278-6251. Go Coyotes!
Lantana Realty salutes our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes and the legacy of our Coyotes and Lobos of years past. The wide variety of services that Lantana Realty's real estate professionals provide will prove valuable as they help you navigate financing twists and sales contract intricacies. Stop by Lantana Realty at 131 East Nopal or call 830-591-6658. Lantana Realty, Stephanie Sakinas Broker.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Born in Uvalde, Texas, Skyway Entertainment is your home for premier dining and hospitality in the area, including the Local Fix Coffee Shop and the Local Fix on the Go, the historic Rexall Soda Fountain, Broadway 830 Artesian Pizza and Craft Beer, Hangar 6 Air Cafe, and the Sweet Life Candy Shop and Arcade. Skyway Entertainment, feeding the pack since 2015.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Tune in to Chamber Picks, the long-awaited reboot to the program where Uvalde football fans get together to talk about football. Each week, the Chamber Picks panel of forecasters try to predict the winner of a select number of football games. Join host J. Allen Carnes every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Brought to you by Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and LMG Productions. For more information, visit uvalde.org.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with the salesman today.
Star Realty and Ranch Keller Williams invites you to join them as they cheer on our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes. Star Realty and Ranch are your premier real estate experts, and they're here to provide you with all the resources and information you need to buy or sell real estate. They work with buyers and sellers in the area and have had extensive training in order to provide you with top-of-the-line service. Call to find out more at 830-261-1970 or visit uvalderealty.com. Family owned and operated, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home was founded on one simple principle: service. With an all-new state-of-the-art facility, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home provides service at the highest level. Discover why Hillcrest is the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the Uvalde community. Call anytime at 830-333-3096 or find us on site at 424 Geraldine Street. Honor and celebrate life in a setting fit for remembering legends. Learn more at hillcrestmemorialfuneralhome.com.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, you definitely missed a doozy here at Frank Carter Stadium in Carrizo Springs, Texas. The clock is down to 0. The game is over. The Coyotes have won their first game of the regular season, 21-13. Fans are still here. They're still here. It's amazing. I mean, this victory means so much to this community, and I mean, they played their hearts out, and they played like it meant a lot for this community.
You know, Al, it was a close game. It was a close game, 21-13. It didn't have to be, because the Wildcats, Carrizo, did not have one sustained drive. Their drives were helped by all the penalties that happened on defense, mostly the pass interference defense penalties that were called. You know, we made fun about whether it was the refs or home cooking or whatever, but it's something that the Coyotes need to work on and refine their efforts so that they don't get caught in those type of situations. So it was a good win. It didn't have to be so close, because they basically helped out the Wildcats with all the penalties.
Just a summary of the scoring summary here. Brody Carnes had a 5-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Gonzalez, his running back, in the flats of his end zone towards maybe the middle part of the second quarter. So that made it 6-0 Uvalde, because they tried a trick field goal end around that did not pan out. So in the middle of two scores for the Coyotes, Carrizo Spring Wildcat quarterback Evan Castellanos had a 50-yard touchdown on what looked initially like a broken play. Bad snap that just rolled on the ground. He picked it up, everyone froze, and he went 55 yards down the sideline to make it 7-0 Wildcats, because they converted on their field goal attempt. Then, at the end of the second quarter, to cap the scoring for the first half, Damian Rivera had a 4-yard end around to make it 12-0, and 12-7 Uvalde Coyotes. And then the quarterback, Chris Rodriguez, came in for the 2-point conversion and made it 14-0 Coyotes after he barreled up the middle. And then in the second half, again, a 63-yard pass from Carnes to a 63-yard touchdown pass from Carnes to Jared Hernandez to make it 21-7 after a 2-point conversion. And then Ernie Castellanos strikes again, 10-yard TD run after a couple of penalties put the Wildcats in the red zone. So, and that made the score 21-13 after a blocked field goal by the Coyotes. And that was your final score. I mean, after that, the Coyotes just had to hold tough on defense and run out the clock where they could. Pops, any thoughts on the scoring plays or anything like that, or how the Coyotes closed out the game?
The offense is looking good. The offense is gaining yards. They're gaining yards on the ground and through the air. The defense is doing well. I was very, very happy that they were able to contain most of the game. They contained very well, especially against this fast 4.5 speed quarterback that is not only fast, but he's tough to bring down. I mean, it took 2 or 3 guys sometime to bring him down. So the defense they need to, especially the defensive backfield need to work on their technique so that they don't get called so much for the pass interferences. The offense is doing very, very well. Getting back to the defense, their defensive line is doing awesome. The linebackers are applying pressure. Coach is being very aggressive in sending those linebackers, and it's disrupting the defense. I mean the offense, the Carrizo Springs offense. So, all in all, I'm very, very impressed with the progress that the team has made, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Wade Miller told you recently that he likes to blitz. And in order to contain this Carrizo Springs offense, you definitely needed to blitz to get Evan Castellanos hurrying up a little bit, right?
Yes, definitely. You can't give him time to survey the field, and you can't give him time to find where the holes are so he can run and outrun your defense.
And outrun he did. I mean, in that 10-yard touchdown run that I spoke about for Castellanos, he was pretty elusive. I mean, he had about 3-4 Coyotes in the backfield with him, and he ducked. And we call you Romo because you were to predict plays. He looked like Romo there because he was just ducking everyone and ended up crossing over the goal line for their final score. But, I mean, the Coyotes' defense, you said it during the scrimmages, bend but don't break. And that's exactly what they did tonight.
Yes, they did. They did not break. There was those 2 broken plays that they scored on. But other than that, they contained this very dangerous Carrizo Springs offense.
Absolutely. And I want to shift over to Brody Carnes, because Brody Carnes, in the scrimmages, I mean, they're practice games, right? So that's where he needs to tune up. He was a little off in his accuracy during the scrimmages, but tonight, he was accurate. I mean, he was robo quarterback. What do you have to say about that?
He had his touch. He really was throwing the ball where only his receivers could catch him. And he was not throwing those ill-advised, in-the-crowd type of passes. Whenever he had to throw them away, he made sure that they were way above everybody's head so the defense couldn't get to them. He was reading the defense very well on the RPOs. I was very impressed in that area. And then, of course, they have that changeup with number 8. He comes in and just changes the pace of the offense. And then all of a sudden, Brody comes back in, and the defense doesn't have time to react, and Brody will burn him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, speaking of accuracy, his connection with number 0, Jarrett Hernandez, was spectacular today. He had that 63-yard touchdown pass to Hernandez, which was basically a 10-yard out, and then the yards after the catch was essentially maybe 50 yards. Mm-hmm. And then there was that 45-yard pass when they were at the Wildcats' 49-yard line, and it was a 45-yard pass down to the 4 to set up that scoring play, that end around by Damian Rivera. Brody Carnes had a heck of a game, but Jarrett Hernandez showed up tonight.
He really did, Al, and because he showed up, what happens?
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that after a commercial break, actually, because we do have some recognitions to talk about, right? So we're gonna take a quick minute break. We'll be back on this post game that we have for you on the Coyote Pack broadcast. You are listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast only on UvaldeRadio.net.
Introducing Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, a subsidiary of Uvalco Supply, who has served all of Southwest Texas's farm and ranch needs for over 35 years. Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment is your one-stop tractor, implement, trailer, lawnmower, and power sports dealer located in Bandera or Uvalde, including service locations at both dealerships. We have inventory, so visit uvalcotractors.com or find us on Facebook to connect with a salesman today.
Star Realty and Ranch Keller Williams invites you to join them as they cheer on our 2022 Uvalde Coyotes. Star Realty and Ranch are your premier real estate experts, and they're here to provide you with all the resources and information you need to buy or sell real estate. They work with buyers and sellers in the area and have had extensive training in order to provide you with top-of-the-line service. Call to find out more at 830-261-1970 or visit uvalderealty.com.
Welcome back to the Coyote Pack broadcast, only on UvaldeRadio.net. If you hear excitement in our voices, that's because the Coyotes just completed a 21-13 win over the Carrizo Springs Wildcats here in Carrizo, Texas at Frank Carter Stadium. We broke down the game a little bit, and, we talked about a lot of players here. We talked about their amazing games, and, there was a couple of things also that I want to mention before we get into our next segment. Number 21... Justin Rendon, the linebacker, had a couple of big stops that could have gone for longer yard gains, so I want to mention him. And I also want to mention number 88, Augie Aviles, where the Coyotes were trying to milk the clock, backed up against their own end zone, maybe about the 15, 16-yard line. There was a fumble, and Augie Aviles covered that ball tighter than the lid on a pickle jar. And that saved the Coyotes from giving the ball away to the Wildcats in scoring position. So Be that as it may, we're going to head over to our next segment in this post-game show, and we're going to talk about the Star Realty and Ranch Star of the Game. Pops, who's your player?
There's only one. There's only one that I think he played outstanding. He had good concentration. He had a couple of passes that he had to really fight the defensive back for the ball, and he got it. And I think that's number 0.
Number 0, Jarrett Hernandez, your first official Star Realty and Ranch Star Player of the Game. Of course, I did want to mention, just given everything this community has been through, we have to mention number 21, Justin Rendon, who's the senior, who's the captain of the team, and he had some excellent plays at the middle linebacker position. So he's going to be our honorary Star Realty and Ranch Star Player of the Game. So we have 2 of them. You okay with that, Pops?
I'm fine. I'm good with it. I really am. It is an honor for any of our Coyotes. I think the whole team did excellent today. We have to pick 1 or 2, and we did, and I'm happy about that. It's just so beautiful that the effort that these young men put in to get a win tonight, and I think it's only the beginning.
Speaking of the beginning, we have another game next Friday. We have a game next Friday, September 2nd, against Eagle Pass Win. But guys, it's not just any game. Yes, it's week 2. It's the second game for the Uvalde Coyotes. We hope they go 2-0. But it is the 50th anniversary of the 1972 Uvalde State Championship. It's going to be a big one, Pops.
It's going to be a big one, Al. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to see these gentlemen come in from 1972 who won the state championship. I remember it clearly. I was an 8th grader. And I tell you, it's going to be awesome to have the game at the Honey Bowl. I just can't wait for it. I'm ready for it. I am just excited to be there.
And you grew up with some of these guys, right? They were older than you, obviously, but you yes. remember watching them at the Honey Bowl, and it's in some regard they must have influenced you, just in some respect, on you wanting to play football for the Coyotes.
Definitely, Al. Some of them had younger brothers that were my friends, and they during the summers we would work out at the stadium, and I would see these gentlemen there, and they inspired us. They inspired us to be the best we could.
I love that, and it's just going to be such an amazing atmosphere at the Honey Bowl. It's not only the home opener for the Coyotes, it's the 50th anniversary. Again, that's Friday, September 2nd, Eagle Pass Win at the Honey Bowl, 7 o'clock. You guys got to be there. Of course, we're going to be there as well, 6:30 p.m. pregame, and then we're going to call the game, halftime show, all that good stuff. We had Van McElroy, Super Bowl champion, former Coyotes quarterback, for our inaugural Lantana Realty Loyal and True Legacy segment. And, that was just an amazing inaugural segment. I can't wait for the next one. And we are going to have the next one be someone who played on that 50-year anniversary championship team. So, in any case, Pops, any final thoughts before we sign off from Frank Carter Stadium in Carrizo Springs?
The only thought I have, Al, is that the Coyotes are undefeated.
The Coyotes are undefeated. And do you think they're going to stay undefeated next week?
Does a coyote howl at the moon?
I think so, ladies and gentlemen. From Carrizo Springs, Texas, at Frank Carter Stadium, the Coyotes win 21-13. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast. I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play announcer for the 2022 Coyote season. Next to me, as always, my color commentator, Simon Pops Ortiz. We're going to see you all season, Pops. Say goodbye to everybody in your own unique way.
Goodbye, Uvalde, and see you next week.
All right. See you guys.